M-I-A. Armchairs. The following show will feature some language and content that may offend some people. If you feel like complaining, simply save us all the time and energy and turn us off now. With that being said, Men in Armchairs proudly presents to you...
You know, he got a bicycle. He got a bicycle from somebody. Who would be riding a bicycle in this arena? I don't know. Where did that come?
Hello, look at that. It's beautiful. It's my beard. It's Boss. It is again very quickly after the last episode. But I said we'll get 2 out in November, and we will get 2 out in November.
Damn Skippy.
He's got a bicycle. I get
got a bicycle.
And of course, I am the Geek King, the Cash Brew. And that is Stevie Jones, Steve Jones 313, Stevie Boss. Just Boss to me, you know, it is one of those things that it is, you know.
Good for what ails you.
Exactly, good for what ails you. And of course, this is, as I said, he's got a bicycle. But today we're doing our retro episode, which means it's anything from. I believe I said 2018 was the cutoff because that's, you know, last year was pretty early to do a retro episode. Even though, God, we wish we were back in that year. So much.
Yes.
So it is Survivor Series 03, as you've seen at the beginning of it, and well, honestly, it's setting up to be quite a good show. I remember little bits of this from, you know, just from pretty much from history of remembering, like, this is significant for a couple of big things that happened in this show. We get into it in a moment, but, you know, in this, Goldberg defends against Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship. It's Team Austin versus Team Bischoff, and if Austin wins, he can do what the hell he wants. If Bischoff wins, Austin is no longer a co-GM of Raw. It is Shane versus Kane in an ambulance match. That's right, Shane versus Kane. I can say McMahon, but honestly, it's just more fun saying Shane versus Kane.
It does. It rhymes, you know, so.
Nice, I like it. And one thing that is kind of forgotten, I did something this time that I hadn't done in previous episodes, Boss. I watched the go-home shows for Raw and SmackDown. Yes. Because as you know, at this time, the brand split was very much like it is now, or maybe a couple of months ago beforehand, where it was truly a brand split, and you got very little interaction between the two of them.
Yes.
So I watched Raw and was reminded, obviously, of the Raw side of things. SmackDown was reminded of 2 massive matches that I kind of just forgot about. And it was Team Lesnar versus Team Angle. With this was actually the babyface turn of Cena.
Yes.
This is the week 2-3 weeks beforehand. It was unofficially a babyface, but officially a heel.
Yeah.
So, and that would have been the last time that John Cena was heel, apart from his promo with Elias.
Yes.
And of course, the big one that I was remembered because I always remember it was WrestleMania 20, but I forget sometimes that it was 2003 because I'm great with numbers, terrible with years. This is McMahon versus Taker, buried alive.
Absolutely.
Do my best with Vince McMahon.
Man, it was very good. Now, obviously, one of the things that I just want to kind of point out to certain viewers is that in the Team Angle Team Lesnar match, Chris Benoit is a member of Team Angle. Okay. Now, I don't know if the network has edited it or not. I imagine it'd be quite hard to do so. So they might have.
Essentially, what they do with Benoit in any sort of thing is they simply don't mention in the bits below that he's in the match.
Yeah.
What
so
they do is
it's quite...
for instance, let's take a WCW episode I watched recently of Nitro, and it was Dean Malenko is in singles competition.
Yeah.
And and then sometimes because they're fucking stupid, they give the result away, and it'll be like Dean Malenko wins a singles match. It's like, for fuck's sake, like. But I understand that. Here's the thing as well, from my point of view. I'm going to look at this on a purely what's presented to me angle. So if I end up complimenting Benoit, that is not me being one of those ones that Benoit should be in the fucking Hall of Fame, because quite frankly, he shouldn't.
Exactly. Look, I agree with the Paul Heyman philosophy, which is, you know, 3 people died in that house. Only one had the choice. Fuck him. But we're looking at this purely from wrestling. So, yeah, we may compliment his wrestling ability. Don't take that as us being like, on his fucking dick. All right?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah. For me, Boss obviously takes the Paul Heyman one, and I haven't heard that one before. I take the Bischoff. It's not the Bischoff. Whole apologies to Eric Bischoff. I don't think he's actually commented on it in a long time. I take and it'd be no surprise to those who know me, because I am a Bruce Pritchard man. I take the Bruce one of, the man was great talent, the man did wonderful things, but he can never be forgiven for what he did to that family.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my personal view, and I don't, quite frankly, I don't give a shit if you don't like it. If you say, oh, but he was a great wrestler. He was a great wrestler. He was a tragic, and it was a tragic thing that happened to all 3 people in that. But as Paul Heyman and as Boss has just said, only one of them had the fucking choice. So, with that being said, there's a lot of fun in this, and I believe that there's a couple more matches that we may have forgotten. But
I'm just sending a link, by the way, to Geek about the Paul Heyman thing to watch after the show.
Yeah. No problem. As I said, what we'll do now is we will get your snacks. Hopefully you got your snacks. Hopefully you've got your drinks or whatever you need. I know I've got mine. I believe Boss probably has some next to him.
Actually, I don't on this occasion. I found that the last episode went a lot better when I wasn't distracted by so much stuff. But while everyone's getting their snacks and getting the network loaded up and stuff like that, let me give you a little bit of background information on this. So we are going over to Dallas, Texas, in the American Airlines Center, and I've got an attendance of 13,487. It'll be interesting to see how many they say is actually there.
Hey, Dave Meltzer.
Yeah, the tagline apparently was a fall from grace.
Yes, and I believe the poster, as you've probably seen at the beginning of our show, unless you skipped it, was Shane McMahon in the sky and then jumping off something because, it's Shane O'Mac.
Who's that jumping out the sky? R-E-Y? No, it's Shane.
Yeah, fuck. R-E-Y? No, M-A-C this time. M-A-C.
So
this will be a lot of this. Hopefully, will be a lot of fun. I have fond memories of this pay-per-view actually. So.
And it's again, because this is an older style pay-per-view, it's actually a shorter show. We're talking about 2 hours 49 minutes on this one.
Yeah, about that too. Because now, for some reason, 3-hour pay-per-views were never 3-hour pay-per-views back in the day.
Now, other things to mention about this is that sometimes when we record these shows, sometimes things go wrong and we get desyncing. When we do these episodes, we do try to resync. Obviously, that might interrupt your flow, but again, for us to be able to truly enjoy this, we want to remain synced. So there may be times where we have to pause and fix everything.
And if that's the case, and it's a really bad one, I will put a technical difficulties thing up on the screen. If it's not too bad, and it's like maybe a couple of seconds, just while Boss think is with his side, then we'll just continue, and hopefully it's not terrible. With that being said, though, we'll start the show in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I remember that one, intros.
Oh, yeah.
Rocco's a fucking monster these days.
He fucking was.
Not that he's not now.
Yeah.
Obviously, Kane
that voice.
One, yeah. This may be one of Boss's favourite looks for Triple H because he hasn't got a beard.
No, I hated this. I hated Triple H without facial hair.
Alright, what did you hate more though, this or the Lenny? You weren't a fan of the Lenny at all.
I hated the Lenny more.
Really?
I hated the Lenny more.
I love the fucking Lenny.
I hate the Lenny. I love Lenny. I just hate the Lenny.
If it wasn't for the fact that I had this beautiful beard, I would definitely look at the shit show that his team Lesnar. Like, sorry,
I was just looking at Matt Morgan.
Oh yeah,
fucking.
I don't know what it was. I just don't think Matt Morgan quite connected on that, like on this level.
I mean,
he was very good in TNA.
Because they didn't give him the shittiest gimmick in the fucking world.
He'd lost that by this point. He was just Matt Morgan. There was.
Yeah, at which point he had no gimmick.
I feel as if there was just a disconnect, whether it was the stutter and the stammer or whatever, right? But I don't know. Even in TNA though, I didn't think he was main event caliber like he was being pushed at, and that was in TNA.
Oh, I did. I think the problem is Matt Morgan had all the tools, but I just don't think anybody knew what to do with them. And I think that was the problem. It's kind of like in TW when like the opposite of what I do now is in the past I would just buy all these people that I like that I have no idea what to do with them. Like I'm starting to let people go in my current game just because I like you, but I've got fucking nothing for you. You're best off trying to work somewhere else.
I look at that. That's a different stage to like.
Boom, 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 boom. Love the sound effects I'm giving. It just enhances the experience.
By the way, today you may hear some noises that aren't either me or Boss or the actual show because I have a soundboard.
Yes. I tried using my voice mod, but it just creates a static effect every time I speak, and fuck that shit. They're not that funny.
I'm gonna have to move my voice mod though, because otherwise you've got a little mouse over your face. Oh, here we go. It's old school.
Here you go, everybody.
Well, the white boys in the room, raise your hands up.
Nah, it's worth life. I'm not a bull, but I'm forcing you to feel me. Worth life.
Okay.
Economics. But economics worth life. I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me whether fighting or spitting. My discipline is unforgiving. Got you back in the defensive position. An ass-kicking anthem. Heavyweight of anthem. Holding caps for ransom. A microphone phantom.
Shh. You heard him. He's talking. Shh.
Yeah. Dude, it's the Beatbot Wreck. Wow, just stretching that fucking rhyme. Oh god.
You weren't sure where he was going there, boss. Well, I've seen his favourite lines. So
yeah.
Go ahead and blow me.
Just getting that little pin wheel out. Just...
There we go.
Or the pack of nuts.
I believe this man is called Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit, yes.
Yeah. Old school total markout fans.
He's known as the Canadian Chipper.
He's just got a good attitude, apparently.
And he chips his teeth.
Hugo Savanovic!
Yeah! Wow, look at the goatee!
I bet he was told to shave that off after this episode.
Carlos Cabrera!
Hugo Savanovic! Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Let's go busy. Let's open some beers and whoop some ass in Texas. God damn. I don't know. I know that's his natural hair, but I hated the fact he dyed it blonde, like, just when he first come back, and it was like, so he could get to his natural hair colour. I was just like,
yeah.
Oh, that's fucking terrible. Oh, yeah, you better watch it. Old Bradshaw there will whoop your ass before he has his second beer in the morning.
Yeah. Ah, of course, hardcore.
How'd you like me now? Of course, this is Hardcore's return after being off for, I think, 14 months?
Yeah, when Brock... Was this when Brock Lesnar, he broke his neck? Yeah.
That's all he wants. He just wants Lesnar. He just wants Lesnar because then we lead to that god awful match at Royal Rumble.
Then there was the fucking rumor that it's like, oh, Hardcore sandbagged him. It's like,
I believe
no.
he did. If you watch it, he does look like that.
Well, that's not what people like Paul Heyman that claim.
Of course, Paul Heyman claims that Brock Lesnar can do no wrong.
No. He doesn't claim that Brock Lesnar can do no wrong. He claims that Brock Lesnar does what Brock Lesnar wants to do.
I mean, that is a fact. I mean, let's not argue. And here comes the wrestling machine who...
Can I just say, that was one of the most uncomfortable Broken Skull matches I've ever watched.
Yes.
Him and Brock Lesnar, I'm just like...
It's a big slow.
Now, Geek.
Yeah.
Before we start, just because there's a lot of people in the ring, doesn't mean it's a Royal Rumble.
Totally does, mate. Totally does.
I missed that belt.
Let's not get into this. I don't know if I think we did this last episode where we talked over an entire fucking match.
In fairness, though, it was simply just a shit on Sami Zayn match. So, you know.
It wasn't. It was Sami Zayn doing what Sami Zayn does best, to be fair.
A-Train, Tensai, Matt Bloom, by whatever name you give him, he's just a badass.
The hip-hop hippo.
Yes, hip-hop hippo.
Or otherwise known as Giant Bernard in Japan, and of course, Albert Orr, head trainer.
Yeah, he was a fucking monster in Japan.
Yeah, I mean, him and Anderson were the original, good brothers, you know? And this fucker. He has that stare. I fucking forget how big he is, you know?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look from his neck down. I don't think he has one, but look from his neck
I've
down.
I've always been curious about the back muscles that make you look like you're wearing a backpack.
Was that Bobby Heenan's line about the Bulldog? Which was...
Custom theme song number 27.
With basically what you can do on, creative video mode on the custom wrestlers.
I miss the days when you could import your music.
Well, they do that because of streaming plus...
Taz!
He stole my line there, boss. I mean, he changed it a little bit, but he stole my line.
Yeah.
No rain in sight.
That's a pretty belt.
It is. I do like it. I think the Undisputed is maybe one of the most underrated belts, to be fair.
Yes, I agree with you.
Because it kind of gets lost in the shuffle of, when you talk about the World Championship belts designs and that. Oh, there you go. Fucking hell.
And Hardcore's like, fuck you broke my neck!
You want to be watching, Brock might actually do it for real again. Ooh.
I also looked like he was about to pin him there. It's like, you can try.
Oh, that's a DQ. Can't touch the ref, boss. You know why?
Technically, match hasn't started.
Oh, right.
Did it?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I heard the bell. Dumbass.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Oh, this is just... Let's go. I'm going to do my best difficulty. We're going clubbering. We're going to clubbering, boys.
I think even though he's arguably I've heard that he's one of the safest people to work with. If I saw Albert running at me at the speed he was there, I would find a god. I would find a god and pray.
Close line.
Fucking good night, Irene.
Oh, that knocked him out. Good show. I mean, gradual. Oh, not again. Oh, no.
Oh! Showstopper!
I just want to put this out there. Right now, we're watching a match where it's Survivor Series. And...
What? He's trying.
Have just been eliminated. Have not been eliminated, but Bradshaw...
Yeah.
A-Train, as Albert, whatever, and Hardcore Holly have.
Well, they've got to get back to the bar.
Let's be honest. Nathan Jones should have had the Mike Knox treatment.
Dude, you're going to cave his abs in.
That's alright. Cena's got 6 levels of abs. Like, you get through the first one, then it's like magma, and you get through the next one, it's like concrete.
Johnny Mundo comes in. Oh, bro, do you need to borrow some?
He clearly smacked him in the nuts as he took his knee out there. Yeah. John Morrison is one of those freaks of nature like Finn Balor. Yeah. Where every time you think he's ate a carb, he goes, that wasn't a carb, that was a protein biscuit.
Yeah. John Morrison doesn't have an 8-pack. The 8-pack has John Morrison. Yes.
The 8-pack grew at John Morrison.
Yeah.
But it's Finn Balor. I don't
Jesus Christ. No, it doesn't matter how much stamina you've got. One of them hits, you're like, dude, fucking give me a moment, please. You mean you sound like that fucking, perpetual teenager from Simpsons. Mr. Carson, it happened again.
Oh my lord, this is ridiculous. Honestly, they said leading in this match on the SmackDown, what they kept saying, and even on the Raw, they had a little hype on the Raw. That Team Lesnar, may have been the biggest team in Survivor Series history.
Quite possibly.
And honestly, it's kind of hard not. I mean, yes, Andre's been on teams, but and there was the first team Andre had, which had Andre, Bossman. It definitely had Haku and the one-man gang who was just become Akeem. So, that could push it, but honestly, there's not one of these ones that is under, Brock Lesnar may be the smallest guy, in height-wise, and he's 6'3".
Yeah. So, Survivor Series 1987 and... 1987, the main event has Andre the Giant, Butch Reed, King Kong Bundy, One Man Gang, and Rick Rude versus Bam Bam Bigelow, Don Morocco, Hulk Hogan, Ken Patera, and fucking Paul Orndorff.
Remember as well, back then, even Paul Orndorff, right?
Yeah,
who's become a butt of a joke amongst ourselves and our TMO fans, but was not a small guy. He was 6'3", something like that.
Yeah.
Probably about 285, maybe 300 and muscle.
He was 6 foot and billed as 252 pounds.
Well, I thought he was a little bigger than that, but that could just... I mean, that's one of those things when you look back at and then look at actual statistics in your mind, especially because I was a kid when I watched a lot of their stuff. It was huge. I didn't know this is a thing for your boss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's bigger in terms of actual size, not in stature or anything like that, between Billy Gunn and Scott Hall?
I would have thought that Scott Hall was taller. If that's what you mean.
But overall size, what would you say?
Now here's the problem, because Scott Hall is more evenly distributed, or at least he was at his fittest, whereas Billy Gunn is jacked. Yeah. But I would consider sure. So
I think Billy Gunn's been jacked since about 96.
Yeah. So I would say probably Billy Gunn all in all.
So overall, I think Billy is. But
Scott, you look at Scott Hall and go, yeah.
Scott Hall's 6'7". Scott Hall is bigger than Hulk Hogan.
There's a sentence you don't have to hear.
So, and here's the thing: Billy Gunn is the same size as Hulk Hogan.
Although, funny that Billy Gunn is a 2-time WWE champion on my TW game.
Just fucked up, bro.
Hey! If it's 2002, I decided to push him to the moon.
Yeah, I would have pushed him to the moon in 1999, and that would be Max Moon.
Hey, it worked. He's a major star now. I accomplish miracles, baby. By the way, the second Survivor Series, it was Akeem, Big Boss Man, Haku, Ted DiBiase, and the Red Rooster.
Fucking Red Rooster.
Versus Hercules, Hillbilly Jim, Hulk Hogan, Coco Beware, do the bird, and your boy, Randy Savage.
Ooh, yeah, the mega pose. So because even look at the size of there. Red Rooster's probably the smallest guy in that match. Yeah, he probably stood about 6'2".
Well, he was billed at 6'1".
All right,
and again weighed 250.
And that's not small. Let's just put that out there.
No.
I mean,
No.
Bret Hart was billed at 6'2" and whatever, and he always claims he opened the door for the smaller guys. Bret Hart didn't open shit for the smaller guys. He opened it for the normal sized guys.
No. Fuck him.
Like,
Well, as per usual, by the way, I apologise for yawning and stuff like that, mainly because I did have a bit of a seizure before the show, so it kind of fucked me up a little bit. But I assure you, I am neither bored nor tired. I am fine. But I feel like I always have to apologise every episode for yawning. But I have fruit juice, just in a Pepsi bottle. But it is fruit juice.
Pepsi Max Cherry is technically fruit juice.
I wish it was as cheap as fucking fruit juice, but never mind.
Yeah, that's fucking true.
But yeah.
Fucking look at them. This is fucking... They're trying to get... Lesnar's about to throw Ben Wee into the fucking ring, and Nathan takes a knee to him, which means he bangs his head on the fucking ring, because that's what a guy needs.
Yeah.
As the damage being done, I reckon so, mate. He's had all 3 or 4 fucking giants beating them up for about 20 minutes. That's not been 20 minutes, but it feels like it has.
Yeah.
What often happens in these matches, especially in this era, like, you either had like decent, like evenly distributed eliminations, or you had a bunch really early to get you like, oh, this will be really good, and then it just lasts another fucking 6 or 7 minutes where nothing happens, but they work on one guy like a normal tag team match or something. Benoit probably could have walked into that.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's a big boot.
Big fuck off boot.
Go on, that Kurt. Get it, Kurt. There you go. Suplex City. Jesus Christ.
Boy can throw.
Oh, you want to... Oh, Jesus. There we go. Probably before I do a German suplex, not you. What's that, bitch? Big Show couldn't get in the fucking ring. Oh, there it is. There's a botch. Not, but it's a fucking kayfabe.
So I was just looking, and there are actually 3 arenas that have hosted Survivor Series 3 times.
Detroit, Hartford, Connecticut. I think they did the first 2 or 3.
No, Hartford, Connecticut did the 3rd.
So, what was the earlier one then? Oh, because they did 2 in the same arena. The first 2. Oh, I don't think it might not be Connecticut then. Maybe North Virginia.
So the Richfield Coliseum,
that's the
which is Richfield, Ohio. Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Was the other one, and I had the other one fucking here because I'm going through the wiki whilst watching this.
I think Detroit held it at least twice.
The American Airlines Center.
Yeah.
Was the 3rd one. So that's Miami, Florida,
right.
New York, and Richfield, Ohio.
And they've held it 3 times, yeah?
All 3 of those have held Survivor Series 3 times.
Right. Because I remember that Detroit held it in 99 and then they held it in 05.
Yeah, they had the Joe Louis Arena in 1999, and they had it again there in 2005, but that's only twice.
Yeah.
So 3 is the
I thought
is the record.
One recently, but I don't think they've been back to Detroit recently. To be fair.
No, 3 is the record, and 3 arenas hold that.
I think Chicago was supposed to hold it this year, so they've lost. They probably lost the 3rd one there.
Yeah, because it's obviously the Amway Center. This year, you're right.
Right, that's cool.
See,
I didn't realize the Richmond.
Sometimes trivia could be fun.
You wouldn't think that based on the total markout quizzes.
No.
You know, they got far too intense, far too quickly.
Look, the mystery producer does not like to lose.
Neither does Boss.
Hey, I wasn't on Sertraline at that time.
You still didn't like to lose. You still don't like to lose now.
I don't mind
better
losing.
with it.
Yeah.
What's on the rope, ref? It's bad placement. That's what it was.
But yeah, if Detroit, so if the Joe Louis Arena gets one more, then they join that record because they've had.
I'm not sure
twice,
Joe Louis is actually still open, mate.
Probably not, but let me check for you.
I think it
Yep, it was an arena. And
torn
it
down
closed
50 years ago, right?
July 29th, 2017.
Yeah.
A day after our mystery producer's birthday.
Yes. Well, you keep giving out stats like that, you won't be a mystery producer for long.
Ah.
At least he won't be a mystery.
I love how there'll be people just like, who is this mystery producer?
And then there'll be people who listened and know him going, I know who that is.
Some say he is the only person that has ever mastered the Cuatro Amigos.
Just like that. I've got nothing to follow up. I just like that. Fucking hell.
I'm like a bird, I can fly away.
I can bump you in the head. Or maybe a Wolverine, if you will.
You.
Oh, you. Oh, no. You.
Gotta love your Robert De Niro.
Oh, I just put a face. I ain't gonna fucking... Holy shit.
And he dead.
Oh, son of a bitch!
This is why I can't watch nice things.
Well, one of us was going to say it, weren't we?
Yeah.
I would have had money on it being me. Match is over, Cena wins. And it begins, and Cena wins. Yeah, see, this is what happens, right? When you're a face,
Yeah.
and everyone celebrates when you win, right?
Yeah.
That's cool,
Weird.
right? Yeah.
That's cool.
I wouldn't recommend doing it.
That my dad. That's cool.
I wouldn't recommend doing it all the time, though.
No.
Just maybe for a few years, break it up, be a heel, turn every now and again, you know. Otherwise, you might get people who like you, but you get other people that are sick of you and boo you.
Yeah. And they'll say shit, you know, like they might end up saying something like, you know, let's go Cena.
Cena sucks.
But then let's go Cena.
Cena sucks.
And so on.
Don't do a black man handshake with Ben.
What?
He doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Fucking, that looked like a fish in distress. Just
basically Cena just did his old, like, you know, I'm gonna do
the
a
whole
handshake, you just leave your hand there.
yeah, he tried that whole thing of the whole
Boop. He booped him. Oh. See, his back is literally like about to snap in half there.
Yeah.
Because he
got better.
I mean, he's big there, but he's not as big as he would get to at one point. Oh,
well, no, he got bigger after his injury.
I know. It just dawned on you that's what happened? Oh no, Vince is getting spiritual. Zeus is about to come back.
Praise be the name of Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Hallelujah and amen.
Hey, who's this?
My favourite thing about those entire ones when he was in the church was Shayna's impression of everything he was doing, and then he just stepping away when Vince says it in the church, just in case lightning strikes down on him. I want that t-shirt so badly.
What? Right now, yeah. Right now, I would not be scared of Austin, given who I'm about to fight.
I'd be worried.
But I always love the Austin, like, laugh and
The
serious
fake laugh,
face. Oh, give me a hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, honestly, if I found out I was about to fight the Undertaker, at that point I wouldn't give a shit about Austin. I was like, dude, you're tough. He a dead man.
Hit me.
You can't kill what's already dead.
Just hit me as hard as you can, so I don't have to go out there.
Yeah.
Oh, JR,
Like, I want you to hit me as hard as you can. You can't bury Vince.
Oh, hello. Oh, boss, I've got a perfect thing. Right? Ready? I'm going to time it. I'm going to try and time it right.
Oh, shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
I love this soundboard.
She just lights up the room. It's fucking amazing.
And I think in a couple of...
I love that.
In about a year, she's going to be the most hated woman in the business.
Yeah. Fantastic theme.
Yeah, I do love this theme. So fuck your rules, man. And... Oh. There we go. Ooh, wholesome Molly.
Yeah. Who very recently lost the Women's Championship to Stephanie McMahon on Raw, a MyTW game.
I was going to say, she clearly didn't, mate. It's around a weird.
Yeah, because someone has a creative clause in their contract that I was not aware of.
I mean, duh, it's a McMahon.
Oh, just wait till that recontracting time comes.
You have to pay so much money to take that off.
Do not give a shit. I'm raking in it. I have so much money in the fucking game because of the fucking network. Like, I invested into getting it, and then because so many people are watching, I've just got too much money. I have actually tried giving money to other companies, and they keep declining. Like, as a joke, I tried to give All Japan Women Wrestling, $50 million, and they declined. What? I don't care who's giving me. Give me $50 million. I'll fucking accept it. I might cuss the shit out of you afterwards if I don't like you, but I'll take your money.
Oh, yeah. My words wouldn't be so much about them. It would be, that dumb fuck give me $50 million.
Yeah. Now, what we're going to see here, two very different styles.
Are we really going to try and break this down like a wrestling match?
I mean, it's two wrestlers wrestling.
Don't get me wrong. We are just outside of, well, we're almost just away from the whole bra and panties. Is the only way you can have a match. But we're nowhere near the women's revolution, even though these two...
I'm aware of that, but this was like an early precursor.
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying. If they had the...
she's dead!
If she turned up, if even these ones had their career start maybe 10 years later, it would be perfect for that environment. But
true, but also less injuries. Because the modern women's wrestling is far more intensive.
Yeah, but I think Molly was never really injured, and Lisa got fucked up because she did a move wrong.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, she'd be more injured in the modern era because it would be far more intensive.
Yeah, but I think they're tough enough. I just think the problem with I think the issue with Lisa. Let's put it this way as well, right?
Yeah.
These two and Trish would have, and a few of us would have perfectly fit the era, but they would have had a better training as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, particularly Lita and Trish, who are quite. Well, Trish is a WWE original. She worked with,
of course,
the Edge Hutchinson, Ron Hutchinson Edge's trainer originally for a little bit beforehand in Sully's gym. But then she did go. Then she ended up in, then she would have ended up in NXT, and then wouldn't have been on TV straight away like she was on this one. Lita worked a little bit. Lita worked a little bit in Mexico and learned the lucha style, but the rest of the time when she was working, she was mainly a valet, and then she became a wrestler in WWE. Molly was taught by Medusa, and was also just a valet in WCW as Miss Madness 2000, I believe it was, part of Team Madness of the Macho Men. But I reckon that Molly, all of these would have worked better with the training and the style of wrestling would have been taught as well from the PC. But that being said, like, it doesn't mean that we would have been stuck for women's wrestling on games in the 2000s.
Here's the thing: I don't see someone like I wonder if. Like, I imagine Lita would have been noticed, but I wonder if someone like Molly Holly would have been. Like, I'd wonder if Nora Greenwald would have been invested in. You know, I imagine she would have been. Like, obviously, their characters don't change, but would traders look at Nora Greenwald and think and invest as much in them, you know, as we think they would? You know, we would certainly hope so, because imagine the caliber of talent you'd have. Like, we've got some great talent now as it is, and there are some which are still criminally underused. I'm glad to see that Peyton Royce is now getting a push. I still don't think they should have split up the Iconics, but that's just me.
I'm still hoping that Billie Kay finds her way with her resume onto the same place as Peyton Royce and Peyton hires her. But let's be honest as well, though. I think Nora has the. You're right, but Nora could have worked as that every woman sort of person as well.
True, that's very true.
And here's the thing as well: you're looking for difference. If you look at the current NXT women's roster, there is no one that fits a mold of what they were looking for 3 years ago. Let alone, like, at this point, 17 years ago on this pay-per-view.
Yeah, I admittedly, like, a match that I'm always thinking of, like, man. Both in their prime. Not that they both can't go, but they both absolutely can go, regardless of what era you're looking at. A match I would love to see is just a flat-out fight between Becky Lynch and Beth Phoenix.
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of... Honestly, Rhea Ripley and Beth is on my list.
Oh, yeah.
And then on top of that as well, I would love to see Sasha and Trish.
Yeah.
And... if Molly could go, because obviously she's been, she's done the Royal Rumble bits and everything else. Molly versus Bayley would be quite fun.
For me, another one would definitely be there's two for the same Attitude Era.
Okay.
It's Lita versus either Mia Yim or Sasha Banks.
Both would work really well.
Yeah.
You know what? As well, I wouldn't mind to see if Alundra could put together a match, just the one match. Get herself sort of a one more match. Alundra versus Charlotte.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely.
Who's the real queen? Who runs this place? That's the build up. We had it with Trish, and that was fucking well above what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, again, I know some people don't really think of her for her wrestling skills, which I think is criminal. But watching just a straight up fight between Jacqueline and Mia Yim not Mia Yim, sorry. Bianca Belair would be.
Yeah.
Because Bianca Belair is another criminally underrated talent, I reckon. Even now there'll be people like, no, she's getting a push. I'm like, this is a person that should have had titles up the fucking wazoo. All right, this is a person who should be boasting far more gold in her resume than she's already had.
Yeah. I mean, I think the issue is that Bianca Belair always seems to be just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Although
it was good, it was getting a big push as a challenger, a real contender.
Yeah,
it was the three champions at the time was Becky, Charlotte, and Rhea.
Yeah. Although, again, it was fantastic to see her get the push in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I mean, that was great.
That was fantastic performance.
Oh, it was. I think she was the longest in there, and as well as she
Yeah.
and Shayna were the tied for both eliminations, weren't they?
Yes.
That was a decent match. I know we talked over and nearly talked
Yeah,
much
yeah.
about it,
I know.
but we're going into this cold with terms of the heat between
Put
them.
it this way: during this match, we were talking about women's wrestling. In the last match, I was talking about arenas.
Oh,
God!
here we go.
Dude, just a bit of eyeliner, a little shadow, you'll be fine. It's not that bad.
Not that bad.
Go contact lenses, In fact, cool pair of shades, dude. You could rock that shit. O Fortuna by Karloff.
They loved using this one.
Yeah, it's all about the moon, which is weird, but no. Yep. Last time I cared about Linda McMahon.
Did you? I didn't. I'll be honest with you, I was still trying to work out if I liked Kane without the mask.
All I remember is I wanted to be Shane McMahon.
Wow.
I was very much like the shirt, like I tried everything, the shirt, the jeans, the boots. I was like, I just wanted to be Shane McMahon.
Actually, I can confirm that the only difference was that Boss didn't have the Shane O'Mac haircut. He had kind of a little bit of a start of a Miz Mohawk. From the pictures I've seen, but he was in the same. To be fair, he was in the same shape as the Miz was as well. So
I was being told how to do my hair. I was whipped. I was so fucking whipped.
At least you can change your mind when you want to. When it comes.
By the way, bless you for saying the only difference: talent, money, good looks.
Whoa! We were looking just for appearance.
I was, in fairness, I was actually a fairly fit man.
You were,
compared.
But Jimmy, you were kind of, like I said, you were probably in Miz walks around it, to be fair.
The scary thing is I've lost like 10 pounds in like the space of a week because I've just been eating stupidly. Because I keep forgetting that I'm supposed to eat. So like, if I'm lucky, I get a meal a day. So
I try to remind you, but it's
you do. You're a good friend. You're the best friend. That's why you're my best friend.
Aww.
He is a good friend. He's a good one. Stay back 500 feet. No.
As he goes right next to the fucking pyro.
Undertaker gonna be pissed. Ooh, best back it up. Yeah, like 500 feet.
I didn't understand the towel at this point. Like, you don't even walking around without a towel. I didn't get it. To be fair.
Basically, I imagine just Taz went, "Hey man, got an idea."
I got an idea.
Howard Finkel. God rest you, sir. One of the undeniable voices of wrestling.
Sorry, I'm digging the tune.
Yes.
Yeah, he is. He's very much.
My Chemical by Figure 11.
Slow Chemical, wasn't it?
Slow Chemical, yes. Sorry.
I didn't know it was Finger 11. I just know that sounded really dirty the way you said it. Legitimately, one of my voices of my childhood was Howard Finkel.
Yeah.
And he was the man who made famous and no.
Yeah.
That wasn't like it's done all the time on like Michael Buffett does it, Bruce Buffett does it. You know, it's on social media all the time, and you it's well, but Fink was the man that I heard do it first.
Yeah.
Like,
and there's very few people that can get a reaction just by saying the words "ladies and gentlemen." You know?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Like, yeah, even like JoJo, like
Jesus,
like
came out of his heat.
Jesus,
Jesus Christ.
Like even like JoJo or Joey Ryan, not Joey Ryan, Joey
Ryan.
Whatever his name. All these announcers can say like, "Ladies and gentlemen, Elias," and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when Howard Finkel's like, "Ladies and gentlemen," it's just like, "Oh,
following contest is scheduled
the schedule for one fall."
And Fink wouldn't have none of that one fall afterwards bullshit either. Like he'd straight up be like talking.
Yeah, although I do like the one fall.
I like it when it's not every match.
Yeah. Here is your winner and the new.
He was the only person I know that could make like in that sort of bit of thing. That's you can quite clearly see that's nowhere near.
Oh my God, he's giving him tinnitus. He's like, no, don't, Shane. I was like, what is this, Blair Witch Project? Looking, Shane, no.
No,
It's a shame. It's a shame we don't have. You got a bicycle gloves. I could have used that moment to plug.
The phase of thing as well, though, we've gone back to Fink briefly. But Fink, we already knew the result of the match, but Fink would still make you hold on to check that he won the championship. Like,
Yeah.
the winner of this match. And you're like, yes.
The camera people are earning their money there.
Oh, yeah.
It looked like he just tried to fucking crush his skull. I'm like a bird, I can fly
Jesus
away.
fucking love Shane. I know the fact that Shane's like, I'm out of it, like, but still here phase just looks like he's fucking like had a really good beer and a blowjob at the same time.
Yeah. It's like, I'm in pain, but it's good. I'm in pain, but it's good.
My head hurts, but whoa, what are you doing there?
Yeah.
Do that again, yeah.
It's like, oh, what are you doing? I didn't say stop. Right, I'm done. Bye-bye. Oh, come on. Oh, let's go. We go out for a walk, Kane.
Man,
Come on, Kane. Follow me, Kane. Chase me, Kane.
I thought your like Shane O'Mac voice there was just like a kid's voice. Like, okay.
It's my generic puppy dog voice. It's the voice I give all dogs.
Yes, it'll be fine.
Come on, follow me. You. Hello, I'm a rock monster. I'm made of rocks.
It's Korg. It's Korg. Oh, man. Oh. I checked that.
Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. This was... Oh, no, we're back.
I checked that to make sure the feed hadn't gone out on my fucking screen.
Run. That for a moment, the show was good. Are we ready? Are you ready?
I actually seen that on some old Raws, to be fair.
Yeah.
Where they're just messing around and then you hear go, and suddenly they're all in the space that need to be go. Like, for fuck's sake.
Which way did he go? Which way did he go? What? Camera trickery! He used the back door!
If you will. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No. Well, Jesus, man.
I did not know what he was going to do there when he fucking pushed it. When he got behind him with a stick, I was like, what? Did I forget something here? Like, oh.
Is it? Oh.
I like how he's got a fucking walkie-talkie on him. Like. Back that ass up. Like.
Oh.
Oh. When you're Shane O'Mac, you have the ability to send shit.
He's a rich dude, you know. He gets his victories delivered at Amazon Prime.
And he doesn't have Prime. That's how rich he is.
Yeah. Okay, but you put him out of hours.
I'd be terrible, mate, if I was rich and had Prime. There'd be every day 15 parcels getting delivered. Like.
Same here, but it would just be of a particular drink that doesn't sponsor me.
And he has to grab that there because the fucking driver can't back it up right.
Yeah.
Oh, there'd be some of that stuff in my parcel as well, boss, because you got to come around sometime. You know.
I'm pretty sure we just end up living together at that stage if you had that kind of money.
Well, that's been my plan, but you've always said no. Oh, that can't feel good. Like, it can't. You can slow yourself down as much as you can, but he's actually holding him there, like...
Yeah. I mean, if you'd hit me as hard as you did with the kendo sticks, I'd be tossing you around like that.
Come on, say tossing.
How are you defying physics of this, boss? You hit me for real! Oh, well, once again, thank you very much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen.
We've lost all our cameras apart from the ones that are actually in the arena and can't leave. So what will we do? Go to the crane. Go to the hard cam while Shane gets a chance to walk and not get thrown. My favourite thing is when you, on these sort of matches, particularly hardcore matches in like the late 90s, early 2000s, you would see like the fucking boys just hanging around getting ready for the matches. And as soon as they saw a camera, they'd duck into a room to try and avoid being on fucking screen in case they were doing something they weren't supposed to be doing on screen. The Godfather was always recognisable because he had the brightest fucking colours on.
Yeah.
It was like a parrot trying to fucking hide.
God wanted to take a hat and borrow Godfather's pants.
Oh, that fucking... What I wouldn't give to have spent a fucking couple of weekends with the BSK.
Yeah.
I'd take a few bumps if I had to, but just let me have a beer and chill with you. Like...
Yeah.
That was supposed to leave a mark. I'll do
it. What are you gonna do? Choke slam the ambulance? Calm the fuck down, you little twat.
I will try it again.
Oh shit.
You will get up on there and you will like
Wanna try that again, kid? Oh god, load dot time. Oh no.
Kane's trying to put a show there, but Shane was saying, "No, your head goes, mate. That's what's supposed." Like,
yeah, it's like you don't sell pedigrees, but you'll sell me.
Yes, Kane is the worst person I think I've seen, including jobbers, take pedigrees.
Yeah,
there's only one that comes up. There's one that comes up worse.
He keeps landing on one knee because he's scared to fucking
go flat. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I didn't expect this pay-per-view to have a lot of moments where Boss will flinch. I thought.
Oh no! Why?
I thought there'd be a few later on, but I never expected one.
I don't want to say that.
Well, Boss, you best buck up because we've got a very violent match coming up later on. I'm crying.
Fuck. Oof. Be careful of those potatoes, man, because that receipt is one you can't afford.
Okay, pause.
I mean, was that really necessary? Like, at that point, you should have just done the DDT because it looked shit.
I think the problem was that you had to pause because shit that Kane might not have been quite in the right position. But who put that there?
Tommy Dreamer.
Tommy Dreamer. Have you ever seen someone just sit there and wait for that shot to happen?
Mick Foley.
Yeah, no, Mick invited it. King looked up gormless there as if like there was nothing he could do about it. Yeah, that's clearly not what it's supposed to be. Like, I'm not the only one who thinks that, right, boss? That's clearly not what it's supposed to be, right? Like,
no.
It's like sometimes when you see the fucking table spots from high up on and it's clearly just the table goes poof. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, it's cardboard. Who'd have thought?
Actually, cardboard's really good for breaking falls. It's why when David Blaine did his standing on top of the pool for fucking ages, to get him down, they just literally piled up cardboard boxes and had him just drop onto it.
Oh no, I know that. But that was supposed to be some sort of heavy fucking case.
All right.
But it's clearly cardboard.
I love how the sound effect they use is the exact same sound effect of like fire bolts in video games. It's literally the same sound.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe John Cena was right. Apparently it is pronounced ambulance.
I've got Pringles. I think it's a southern accent. Ambulance.
This reminds me of when my friend Butch would get drunk and I'd be like, dude, come on. Fucking move, you bastard.
My boss has never had to do it for me.
No, because fucking... Yeah, just... You handle drink differently than I do. Logan's been around you more than I have when it comes to drinking. No.
I don't need a lot of help. It's usually just I will go full
you don't?
geek, and no one should go full geek.
No one should ever go full... Oh, fucking hell, man. We're just doing ragdoll physics now.
Well, we kind of had to. Shane was beat the fuck up.
Yeah.
He is stupidly strong, though, Kane.
He is.
Obviously he's a monster and everything else. He looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
But, he's got that inert strength, and then he's just built the strength up from weightlifting and shit. So, it's just...
Lord Dart! I hate the Lord Dart. I've always hated the Lord Dart.
You don't even like the lawn dart into, a fucking turnbuckle. So, you can't... It was so solid like that, where there's no gap that you can maybe put your head just above.
Yeah.
Jesus wept.
You can chant his name all you want. He's dead. It's like, that's fucking great, kids, but we're at a funeral. I think y'all need to realize the ambulance at this point is just being polite.
Yeah. It is. It's just... Oh, then, come on. I just think this man's now an elected official.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll rephrase that. This monster is now an elected official. And I haven't had to say that since 2016.
Well.
That's done.
Yep. GR.
Yeah, never wanted to sugarcoat things.
There's a man that should do GPS voiceovers.
I can't go left.
I went right, you son of a bitch.
Why did he reverse? Oh, he's got to get around the corner. I was like, why did he reverse? I'm so used to them just lifting things up now.
Yeah.
See, even King's the same as me. Where are you going? Well, take a king to know a king. I'm trying to look in. He's lying down on the floor, you knobheads.
No.
This driver's fucking terrible. We're used to them lifting things up. Right there, they've got two guys, roughly 6 foot, trying to pick up the curtain for them.
This is where a stick would be helpful.
So he opens the fucking door.
Yeah, literally a stick. That's all you need. You got plenty of sticks. Just grab a stick.
Right. Yeah, let's just cut the crowd. This looks shit. And the crowd doing everything that we're doing, just watching, going, "What the fuck is going on here?"
So, Jagger got time to grab a beer. It's fucking around the ambulance, you know? Fucking.
The problem is when they do this, and I know why they do it. They make it so like, oh, he's leaving in the ambulance.
Yeah.
Especially then, like when I was watching this first.
Oh shit! It's going back.
We were watching this for the first time.
Nah.
Something's gonna happen. There we go. Boss overreacts to commercials.
Fuck you!
Nah, I'm alright, boss.
Oh god, not a... Ah! Fucking why?
I'm not.
It's unnecessary. Yeah. Josh, you're gonna die. Josh gonna die. Yeah.
That may be the best promo Goldberg ever gave, especially in. Yeah, at least until that one. Oh, it's the coach.
No. No. It's
The coach.
the coach.
Over his neck and his spring.
With the greatest theme of all time. Some unintelligible words and the occasional.
But if you remember, he did have a new one that came out with the. What was it called? One of the albums they brought out that had all the new ones, but like it was the same one. They had the original Batista cut of I Walk Alone and things like that. I can't remember what it's called now, but he did have a new one, and that was much better.
Yeah.
Especially considering it was originally.
I know it wasn't the anthology.
No, it was the one. I don't think it was after that. It had a Theory of the Dead Man's cover. I think Deadly Game.
That was a great pay-per-view theme.
Yeah, that boss coach is okay. He's okay. You kind of forget how good Coach was as a promo, don't you?
Yeah.
Because for the longest time, he was either a commentator and he played it straight, or just a backstage guy that was there when The Rock made fun of people.
But just remember, if he ever gets tired, just give him a bear hug, and that gives him time to rest and recuperate, Fucking idiot.
It does, though.
Oh no. Who's he saw the crowd?
I think this is Cuban, isn't it? Yeah, this is Mark Cuban. I think this is where we get another legend killed. He's a billionaire.
Great haircut there.
Fucking moron.
Yep.
He's an actual billionaire and he dresses like a fucking dipshit who can't dress himself.
Yeah. Bill Gates has the same problem.
Yeah, but Bill Gates is a dipshit who can't dress himself. Like...
Thus the point is made.
Yeah, but Cuban tries to be this cool guy, you know, and what he does, you know, he comes across with the whole, you know, I'm cool just like you guys. But, like, he's trying too hard to not look like a billionaire. It's what the problem the rich do these days.
Yeah.
You know, you have people who, like, are working class or middle class aspire to be rich, so they dress like that. Or these guys don't want to be perceived as higher up and, like, better than anyone. So they dress as if they, you know, went to fucking Primark or something and got the worst fucking combination of jeans and top they could find. Oh, easy E. That puffy fucking... I say puffy, I mean, like, because it's puffed up, by the way. I'm not being insulting to anyone. Because I don't want them fucking comments yet.
No.
But a puffy leather jacket I just didn't fucking like. It was like...
No. I don't like those type of leather jackets anyway.
I don't like when you have the cuff that, like, it's not fully leather. Like, come on.
It's
like,
a cloth.
yeah.
It's like a cloth, like, possibly cotton, maybe. It's like, if you're going to go with leather jacket,
go for
leather all the way. Even if it's like full leather, just go all the way. Don't have these little fucking cuffy bits. And you're right, I hate it when they're like the puffy style. Bomber jackets are fine, but I hate it when it's like puffy and shit like that. Yeah. It's like, just doesn't look good.
Really. And like... Go on.
Someone cut that man's hair.
Who? Cubans are vicious.
Cubans on this particular occasion, but point stands.
Bischoff trying to rock the same haircut since 2000. Like, you know, watch yourself. He's in there with a karate man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not a three-time Hall of Fame black belt karate man like my boy Bruce Pritchard, but he is a karate man. All right. I'm going to be right here.
3-minute warning?
No, I don't think. I think we're a bit late for 3 minutes. Took a good RKO though.
Yeah.
Funny how they left that off the t-shirt they named the legends, isn't it?
Yeah.
He had the old RKO t-shirt anyway, he named all his legends, he just happened to leave that one off. Like... Fucking JR with the call again. Jackass!
Yeah.
Jesus, Randy, do you age at all? This is 17 years ago.
No, he just sheds his skin like every other snake.
Like, this is 17 years ago, and Randy, the only thing that's different is his haircut. His
Yeah.
tattoos, sure, but it's basically aesthetic.
At least-
Everything else is the same.
At least he doesn't. At least his skin isn't fucking jaundiced looking anymore. Do you remember that period of time when he went through that whole thing of his skin just looking?
It was about. It was like.
It's like, what the
09 to
fuck was that all about?
It was between 2009 and 2010. Like, it was a really fucking odd. Like, it was during.
Yeah, it was like
when he was like really strong with the age of Orton, and it was just like, yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, it's like what the. Like I would like. I was genuinely concerned for his health at the time. I was thinking, what is wrong with you?
I was for a little while, then I just thought maybe it's the wrong tan. Oh, here we go. All right, trips.
Oh, I'm sure Steph loved this.
Big Dave. Look. The Nature Boy.
I bet Steph loved this.
Oh yeah, because Steph had a little fun herself at this time. Alright, he's gonna go out there and fight, but it's okay, so he can't have sex, but he can have a drink of fucking wine. Like,
Yeah.
Fucking. Honestly, like, what the? I have to do this one. The only thing I can think of is.
Why?
Has Batista ever looked more comfortable? Just, I got a girl on my arm and a drink in my hand. Who gives a fuck? Like,
Yeah.
oh, Jesus Christ. I forgot about this.
Yes.
Well, I mean, look at the fuck.
Kids, this was during a weird time in WWE when this kind of thing was considered marketable.
Worthable. Championship worthy.
This does not last long. Mainly because she would at some point say, "You're not worth my fucking time," live on SmackDown.
Yes.
This was not a good idea.
The other reason being, she was one of the many, many attempts to make the winners of Tough Enough something special, when in reality, there was one that was something special, and unfortunately, he just didn't get his chance because cancer's a cunt.
By the way, I hate what they did to him.
Yeah.
Like, Damager, couldn't give a shit about. But Doug Basham had all the tools. And...
Well,
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Alele! Yeah.
Let's just bask. Just gonna bask in this.
The fucking rims. This is prime.
Yes.
I don't used to do shit like this. Do you know all these cars were donated because they knew how much publicity they would get? Like,
Yeah. What
so
the fuck is he saying?
I think he's talking about the hydraulics isn't quite working, or either Chavito will get back inside so the hydraulics can work. Like, it's not gonna make the car jump when fucking Chavo's hanging out the window.
I like that belt.
I was always a fan of that.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite tag team belt design.
Out of the two that was current, I was a fan of the SmackDown one. But my all-time favorite, as you know, is the Attitude Era.
Well, it is based upon your Attitude Era design. As if you designed it. Yeah, your design.
I worked with Ray Parks and got the thing done. Or Reggie Park, or whoever the fuck did it. It was Reggie.
Chavo Guerrero Jr. was also a criminally underutilized talent.
Yes, but only because, like, he found himself in the position of being in the cruiserweight division and very much being the top guy in that for a long time. Other than that, honestly, I don't think Chavito would have gone past. A, I think he was overshadowed by Eddie, so that was always going to be an issue. And B, I think Chavito was kind of going to be a mid to upper mid kind of guy. He was never going to be a world guy, champion. And that's, I mean, it's not just my opinion. It's just, I don't think Chavito was ever presented as that. Especially when they thought, right, we need to get like Chavo away from Eddie in some sort of way, so we'll make him so that he thinks that White is right. What?
What?
You just went silent for a second, bro. That's all. Like, I didn't. Watching the show.
I just didn't really have a reply to that one. It's just like,
on the way.
As the saying goes, better to have everyone think you're a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt.
Well, what's the point of the shows?
To annoy you.
Yeah, Yes, because annoying me is watching wrestling with my best mate.
Yes.
So annoying. I can't. I mean, honestly, like how. I guess I'm not gonna be able to do it again until like December 7th.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll be forced to watch War Games with you. Oh.
Yeah. You will suffer.
Oh. I mean, I will suffer so much, but let's be honest, boss. You are gonna suffer so much through that show.
Yes, I am.
We have 2 War Games matches, and there's bound to be some undercard matches that do stuff that make you go, "What the fuck?"
What the fuck?
Or more importantly, we may just a couple of times.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Well.
I mean, that's always supposed to, like, the double flapjack reminds me of the Midnight Express. But more importantly, that particular version of it, where they grab him by the fucking ankles, reminds me of the Dudley Boys.
Yeah.
The Dudleys used to love you, grab you by your ankle, especially Spike. It's a thing, you know. If Shanika could have, I don't know, connected with the fans, not just had this SMN gimmick. I get it.
Yeah,
right?
the whole BDSM thing, it's fucking.
And don't get me wrong, I understand that like they had to get her away from her, like, because herself, there wasn't a lot of personality outside that Tough Enough season. Like Linda Miles was not really the one you wanted to watch. Jackie Gator definitely was, but like, obviously for different reasons, Roll Tide. But like, yeah, it was just. This was not the way. I mean, I really can't wait, or at least hope, that at some point on Something to Wrestle we get into, or they get into rather, the whole, where did this gimmick come from? Like, whose idea was this?
Ugh. No doubt someone's going to joke and say, "Oh, maybe it was fucking Jim Cornette who suggested it." So,
I think James E was just still at OVW at the time, so maybe.
Yeah.
Pardon me, let me know belch on TV. Well, sure. Probably watching on TV. So.
TV! We've made it, Kick! We've made it! On TV!
I will at some point for that. Hey, you can watch YouTube on TV.
Yeah.
I often do. Oh. That's hot tag. Hot tag.
Skadoosh. Skadoosh. Boing. Woo! Bong.
If people are wondering, does Boss do this when he's not on record to watch a match? Yes.
I do, yep.
We sit there sometimes when back in the day before, we were not allowed to see anyone in person unless, you lived in the same fucking house as them.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on how R8s aren't a fucking thing to focus on, Boris, you cunt. But, yeah, Boss would sit there during matches and you'd be talking, maybe me and the mystery producer or someone else would be sitting having a chat, and you just hear Boss in his little corner somewhere just going, boing, woo, like,
Woo!
It's just kind of how Boss emphasises the fact he's happy.
Yep, pretty much.
Or how he entertains them during shit matches.
This is also true.
And don't get us wrong, this match is not shit, but I'm going to give a large percentage of the fucking benefit of that to Los Corellos right now. Like,
yeah.
Not that the Bashams weren't good, they were just kind of boring.
Yeah.
They wrestled a kind of throwback like style, which is never a terrible thing to me, but if you can't do it well, which to me the best throwback you've had in a long time is, in terms of teams at least, of the Revival, FTR as they're known now.
Yeah.
It's this is just a they've got a slower style. It's not a throwback.
Cash Wheeler, Dax Hardcastle, is it?
Hardwood,
right.
Yeah.
I was thinking of fucking Edge.
Dexter Hardcastle.
Yeah. Also known as Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson in WWE.
So yeah, I mean, but This was just they were taught the the old school TV wrestling way, and that's just not how it works. I think they're the best now. Didn't go for a pin this time, though, did they? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, that wouldn't be allowed to do it.
Yep.
Eddie, I don't give a shit. Like,
He's feeling froggy. Woo!
That's just chef's kiss. Mwah. Like,
Ah.
that may be the softest quote unquote spanks I've ever like seen on a fucking TV episode.
Cause she kicked the shit out of you.
Yeah. I know. No. Dice, you cheated. They cheated. You can't cheat. You're not.
Yeah.
That's Eddie's gimmick.
You know. Yep. Is this when tag teams weren't allowed to have individual finishes?
No, they had the ball and gag.
Oh.
That was what it was called.
I'm sorry I asked.
That's what it was called.
Yeah.
It was
I remember!
It was a clothesline with a white Russian leg sweep. Not a white Russian, no, just a Russian. There was no Kane involved. But I don't think Los Guerreros had a finish. It just, Eddie did a frog splash and they won. Like, that was kind of what it was.
No, there were always just some wrestlers who didn't seem to have their own finisher.
It irritates the fuck out of me. If you're a full-blown tag team, have a tag team finish. Like, Uncle Eddie's about to lay some smackdown on Chavito.
Yeah.
I mean, Chavo's not backing down, but he's not exactly bowing up, is he? Yeah. Like,
yeah.
We don't know how that Latino heat is.
Yeah. Yeah, he got angry a lot. When things went wrong.
We have the World Heavyweight match now? Yeah. No, it's the team match. I always thought that was the last match.
So did I. Oddly enough.
I always put it in my head as the World Heavyweight went, and that the World Heavyweight went before the Buried Alive match, but must have got everything switched up. Fair play. It's brain. Trying to think of a word and just went, his brain. Yeah, we're going Team Austin. Those are some good teams. I mean,
yeah.
Steiner maybe if you got him a couple of years earlier, and Henry a couple of years later. But that's some good teams, like, to be fair. And yes, if you're wondering why we're in the blurred, it's because this was originally broadcast in the blurred image.
Yes.
Just whooped your ass. Goddamn, kid. Hell of a show we got there. Oh, I want to be Stone Cold as so badly as a kid. Like, just... I mean, there was the whole thing, wasn't there, of the idea of, like, that Austin was the representative of the everyman who wanted to beat up his boss, have a few beers. Yeah, he's also someone to aspire to when you're a rebel kid. Like...
Yeah.
I mean, I said in the previous episode, I wanted, like, on the Survivor Series 2021, growing up, I wanted to be, Triple H and The Undertaker, but then there was a lot of Stone Cold in there as well. A little bit of big, sexy Kevin Nash as well. Oh, yeah. This is... Listen, back in the day, you had an LOD pop. I think to this day now, there are few things that are on that level of a Stone Cold pop. Especially a surprise pop. because when Austin would look at WrestleMania 30, right? We knew Hogan was coming out. He was the host of it. But when Austin came out, that place went fucking nuts. You know, it's just one of those things that but even look at WrestleMania Raw 25, we knew Austin was going to come out at some point, and it would make more sense when McMahon came out. But when he did come out, the place still went fucking nuts. Like, I never understood why goddamn was a curse in America.
Blasphemy.
Yeah, but I've been over there, as have you. And I've watched morning TV. I don't know if you bothered or not, but I watched like their morning AM shows to see what the weather was going to be like, just to keep something in the background. And they say pissed at like like 9 AM in the morning, but they have to beat.
Yeah, but that doesn't offend God.
No, but that's the thing that gets me. Like, they'll say pissed and ass and all that sort of stuff. Which, if you said over here, you'd have to apologise on live TV afterwards. But you say, God damn, there's beep, burp. You know, it's like, listen, I know.
Because
damn.
Do not underestimate the wrath of the Christian right.
It just confuses the fuck. Like,
yeah,
it makes no sense to an English mind. You know, like to an English mentality. Because I got used to get wrong when I was little. Just if I say damn or damned, but not to the point where I'd have to. It was like, I will wash your mouth out the soap.
It reminds me of one time I was in music class during GCSEs, and
which to foreign, to Americans is like the PSAT sort of thing.
Yeah, and I at one point I just went, I just don't get this damn thing. I said, you can't say damn. I'm like, well, I can't say motherfucker either. So,
Which one's the lesser of two evils to you? Tell me.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to say something, and you're not going to like either one. Would you rather be damn or motherfucker?
Oh, I used to say...
This ain't ordering, this ain't a la fucking cart. There is a strict menu, and you get to pick one.
Better than ever, got a knack for making things better.
Face facts, because your opinion don't matter. It's a maniac. It's gonna step on whoever. I love the fucking rumor that he sung this, because it's a similar voice, but it's like, no. Although some people claim that he was actually singing it at the fucking, the Bad Blood Redneck Triathlon, and that the whole thing was an inside joke, and it was like
in the background. It was talking. He makes it like he's makes it like he's looking at talking to Steiner, but he's just checking out Stacy. Like,
yeah.
What a hound dog.
I mean, it's Stacy.
I mean, sure. I mean,
shucky ducky, quack, quack.
And like, honestly, it's like Stacey Keibler is my favorite, valet of all time. Like, I can't if I was to separate divas from the women superstars of today, I would say Stacey Keibler is my favorite diva and Becky Lynch is my favorite woman wrestler. If you count them all into the same group, then it goes Becky Lynch, then Stacey Keibler. Although I'm very tempted to use the geek, law of put your hands together.
Yes, I mean, let's be honest. The geek has a lot of Tribbiani elements. Geek, put your hands together, but also geek doesn't share food.
Yeah.
But he does. That's only because he's ordered so much. There's reasonably a couple of bits he can give.
This must be one of the few times that Sean's coming to music that isn't his.
or not associated with him in any way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's HBK. He comes out to like the actual Heartbreak Kid song. DX, or
break
the
it down.
Rockers. That's the three.
Yeah. Any way you want it, that's the way
Here's
it
what gets me
is.
as well, right? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Austin could have come in. I know if he was cleared. He doesn't look as if he couldn't go, does he? Yeah, like.
Yeah. Like, even now that he's retired, he looks in the best shape of his fucking life.
Goes with Taker. He looked jacked to all, like.
Fuck, I know.
This is just.
Yeah.
Like, you look at these teams, and the only ones that technically haven't been. The only person in that ring, right?
Yep.
Who technically hasn't been a world champion in a singles level. Is Devon.
Yeah. In any company, we should stress.
In any company, yeah. Like, obviously, Jericho, AEW, WWE, WCW in WWE, the first ever Universal champion, and Undisputed, sorry, not Universal.
Yeah.
And obviously, the man who pins that man Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock in the very same night.
Yeah.
You've got Bully Ray, or Bubba Ray, as Bully, was TNA World Champion. Booker, 5-time WCW champion. And of course, World Heavyweight Champion in WWE.
Yep.
HBK, multi-time WWE champion.
Yeah.
Christian,
One-time World Heavyweight Champion. Yeah, one-time World Heavyweight Champion, and either 2 or 3-time WWE Champion. I think 2.
Christian, 2-time World Heavyweight Champion and an NWA World Champion. Orton,
Yes.
14-time World Champion.
Yep.
Mark
Henry,
sorry,
ECW champion and former World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, and even Christian was an ECW champion.
Yeah.
Scott Steiner was a former WCW World Champion. I think about 3 times. Like, Devon is the odd one out, but Devon is also the man who can look at it and go, yeah, but I'm a 10-time World Champion in the tag team division, and that's not including TNA or Japan.
What was always weird to me is like, because they trusted him with some of the big card titles in TNA, which was kind of well suited. But I think given the right approach, and not the Reverend Devon, although bless him for giving us that fantastic theme song,
That's the far.
Call my name.
I actually like that theme song so much.
It's a fantastic theme. And obviously it led us to, Batista. But Devon could have easily, if pushed the right way, held a US title. In my humble opinion.
I think you could
have don't get me wrong, I understand why he didn't. I understand that the stars just didn't align in that particular constellation. But in a what-if situation... Yeah, in a what-if situation, there are plenty of scenarios where Devon could have been a successful United States champion.
I would have said IC as well, and if you wanted to, you could have potentially had him be a world champion in TNA.
Yes, I agree with that.
A little bit harder to do because of the relationship between him and Bubba, but he could have done it in a roundabout way, even if it was just the idea that he won it for Bubba.
I tell you the story that I am longing for to happen, and I don't care which company it happens in, as long if it happens, I'm willing to give it a try. It's the story of friend is a world champion. His other so a guy is a world champion. His friend always has his back. Guy loses the world title. His buddy has a shot at becoming world champion, and the guy who was originally the champ does exactly what his friend did for him, and doesn't stab him in the back. None of this bullshit.
That's what I thought was going to happen. If you remember, we talked obviously off air about it, but it was what I thought Randy was actually going to do, which made the turn for Randy and Bray really good, because I thought, we're actually going to make this a proper thing, because they made it last that long that I just didn't see the split coming anymore. I thought, we're going to go that way. And it was what I wanted to happen with MJF and Cody.
Yeah, I was genuinely surprised that, because I remember saying at the time, dude, everyone saw this coming.
Yeah.
And then finding out that, no, apparently I was in the minority on that one, which I don't see as a boast. I say more like, well, they must have told that story really well, because I just wasn't buying it.
Well,
but
I think it was like it got just like the Survivor Series, and I'm sitting there thinking, all right, this is where we're gonna go now. Like, this is actually what we're gonna do now. Like, and especially when Harper came back, and there was a little animosity between them two, but there wasn't like it wasn't Randy who was doing it. It was just Harper didn't trust him. Like, I was like, all right, them two might feud. We got that excellent match in Elimination Chamber between the two of them. And then then Randy turned, and it was which made it worse for me because Randy turned, and it was far too close to WrestleMania to get a good build up. Even though they tried and didn't do terrible, but it just it deserved a better build up than like 2 or 3 weeks out, and you're like Randy's just gonna turn, then you have 2 weeks of promos. So like I mean, and I kind of wanted it with MJF. I wanted like to see MJF be a dick and be MJF, but when it came to Cody, it was different. Like, obviously they went a different way, and that wasn't terrible because MJF was fucking great heel.
I just feel like it's the story that hasn't been told. Like that. Obviously, if you guys know of any instances of that, even if it's like in a company that we may not have heard of, please let me know, because that's a story that I fucking would love to see.
I mean, I think because like eventually you have those great friendships, and unless they're nowhere near each other, like I can't remember one myself.
Well,
where
I know.
Someone has
won
a world championship.
It's the tagline, isn't it? Yeah. Great friends, better enemies. You know.
Oh yeah, I would. Yeah, because like the difference is that you either have a person who just backs them up the whole time. Yeah. And then you don't help the other guy win again, a la Triple H and Batista or the Dudley Boys.
The closest I've ever seen is obviously Edge and Christian, but again, Edge had retired. Yeah. So it wasn't like, he would
going to lead to a fucking story.
Exactly. Yeah. So, woohoo! Like, again, kind of in a similar vein, the whole New Day Kofi Kingston deal. Yeah.
And the only thing you haven't seen is someone else win the championship. Like,
but the fact that they were very supportive of Big E, saying, "Yo, now it's your turn. Go and do it, man." Yeah.
And they are thinking that the Big E apparently is in line for a super push. But
I fucking hope so.
That's why he wasn't. Apparently, there was 2 reasons that him and Sullivan wasn't on TV. From all this is not just from Dave in California. Who answered the phone hotline one day and thought, I'll do that. But a majority of people are saying the reason that they weren't on Survivor Series was they wanted to save Big E for the New Day entrance. Come on, freaks! You don't want to take easy ways out of that. That's because Booker's beat you 3 times the World Championship.
There's any animosity there.
No. But the reason apparently was that they wanted to save him, but also didn't want him to be in the team match or Lars Sullivan, because they've got big plans for. No, get yourself all worked up. Go ahead. Yeah.
Don't touch the Duchess of Dudleyville.
Yes, it did. And we're all happy for that. Bookend.
Uno, dos, tres.
I always feel this is like the time when Buddy Ray may not have been as confident about himself because of what he wore in the ring. But it happens sometimes, Some wrestlers just.
Texas boys going at it.
One boy from Houston, one boy from Dallas. Oh,
it's fucking weird how Texas is considered the biggest state when it's Alaska.
But Alaska's not really a state, mate. It's a province.
Well, no. First of all, it is a state, and it's because it's always drawn fucking bizarrely on maps, just like how they make America look bigger than Africa.
Listen, dude, listen. Technically, it's owned by the states, right? But that's like saying that, like, it's a state like Hawaii. Hawaii is an island paradise that is technically Tongan, if you ask most people. And to me, anything that comes off the end of Canada might as well be a province.
Okay, but you're wrong.
Only if you say
no, because the facts say so.
No. like saying, to me, it's the same as when we used to say that India was
What the
part of
fuck? What the fuck?
Yep. Yeah. I've got it. Just come on. Yeah. No, I think it's because I think it is. I think generally, while it may be the biggest, I think it's because it's got a lot of islands to it. Like there's a lot offshore to the Alaskan part of it, but I think like the mainland, shall we say it? And I think a lot of people just kind of assume because. If you ask most of them, they'll turn around and they'll say like, "Oh, it's Texas," because that's how it's built up.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. But Texas is like, just shy of 700,000 kilometers per square. Kilometers squared.
Yeah.
Alaska is 1.7 million.
I mean, a lot of that's ice, though, dude. So depends on what the weather.
I don't give a flying fuckatoid.
It depends on what the weather's like. Let's be honest. Like.
Oh yeah, in the summertime, Alaska's like that big.
Yeah, I mean with the global warming and shit.
Everyone just has to stand on their tippy toes on one bit of land.
Oh, what it called? 3D.
3D.
Pin the man.
They've definitely played. They definitely played the games.
Sean, get on top. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong spot. That's Big Show. That's Big Show. One of my favourite fucking pictures I ever saw, images I've ever seen on Monday Night Raw is all of them being on top of Big Show for the pin him and Sean just sitting on there like he's king of the fucking castle. Like,
yeah, because he's so waving at people.
Yeah. Hey guys.
Yoo-hoo!
And Matt Hardy being on bottom of the bottom underneath above Big Show. It's fucking amazing. Like I'm doing so. Oh yeah, this was during the period of time of Lito and Christian and Lito as well as Chris and why the fuck did I just apologise and then say exactly the same thing in a different order?
I have absolutely no idea, but that happens to me all the time.
Alright, so during the period, holy shit!
He's dead.
Can the guy in the fifth row please pass RVD his head?
Oh no, he gave it. It's Al Snow! Shit! Come back, Al! Come back, we need that, Al!
Al, that's not a mannequin. But no, it was during a period of time, wasn't it, when Christian and Jericho were doing their thing, trying to get the date or who could go further with Lita and Trish, and Jericho developed feelings like a real boy. Like, Rolling Thunder. And if anyone remembers, what was the bet for, boss?
Sorry?
What was the actual bet for? How much?
What bet?
The one between Christian and Jericho that I've just mentioned.
It was $1 Canadian.
Yes, it was $1 Canadian.
Yeah.
I don't know if I think RVD has the best sell of the RKO or the worst.
I think he has the most unique.
That's a nice way of saying it.
Yeah. Like, trying to think who would I consider to be like the best.
Christian was really good.
Yeah.
Christian, I mean, I know obviously Christian famously took one on the stairs, which was vicious. But yeah. Seth, maybe?
Jeff took a good one.
Yeah.
If you're talking about individual ones, then Seth at Mania.
Oh, well, obviously.
But at that point, that wasn't a sell. That was just following the natural course of gravity.
As was the other ones that are the greatest RKOs of all time. So like you're talking shooting star press and
like Everborn and Kalito Ghoul.
There was one I think basically like Rey Mysterio, CM Punk. They all took ones from like springboard positions, things like that. But like
yeah.
they weren't really, as you say, they weren't really sells. A lot of them, they were just like, I'm dead now. Like,
yeah.
Sean took a really nice, did actually sell it really well because practice. Like,
oh, sleeper slam.
Did he call it a breakdown or something like that, or was that a different move?
I'm not entirely sure because I know he had something similar, which was kind of like not this. It wasn't the super slam, but it was a similar kind of move. He wouldn't do the whole spinning thing, so he had the one and only.
I can't remember the breakdown. It might have been more of a skull crushing finale. Bubba slam from Bubba. I love it. I like how Boss is like using the Google machine as we're talking just to try and. I honestly don't know if that's to keep him focused or whether that's just because he actually gets answers because it would annoy him otherwise.
Yeah. He had the gunslinger, which was a swinging side slam. Obviously, the famous the one and only. As Kip James, he had the Missouri boat ride.
Dude, why are you looking at Billy Gunn when we talk about Jericho?
For some reason, I thought we were talking about Billy Gunn.
No, we were talking about Jericho. I said he had a breakdown, and then you went to Billy, and I was like, oh yeah, it was similar to the one and only, but like.
Honestly, I don't. In my mind, you said Billy Gunn.
All right, no problem.
Sometimes I literally interpret what people said as being entirely different to what they actually said, so I apologize.
Yeah, it's very common.
Let's have a look. Breakdown. Yeah, it was the full Nelson face buster.
So that was similar to the Skull Crusher, yeah.
The stroke. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Skull Crusher finale.
Skull Crushing finale.
He used it between 1990 and 2001.
Yeah. I remember using it in like a couple of the matches against Rock in 01, but not much after that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing Randy if he got injured, right? Just bring back the Randy updates on his injury. Like the old RNN. That would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but it wouldn't work.
It would be fucking hilarious. Especially if they did it on old school Raw or something.
just
Jericho thought he was going for a ride there. No.
Woo!
On Man 3D.
What?
Jesus. Come on, give me a bubble bomb.
That's what I want to see. I want to see a bubble bomb. I love a bubble bomb.
Oh, all right. A boring slam. Oh,
shake, rattle, and roll.
Sorte. Dumbass. Bubble bomb.
He's fighting though. He's boo! I'm prettier. Kill switch engaged.
This isn't looking good, is it?
No, it's
It's just HP shizzle, isn't it?
Yep.
I can do elementary math. Okay, King. What is 18 for the legal
Here we go.
age?
Kip up. Atomic drop.
Someone press comeback.
Yep. Now quickly hit X. Hit Y. Stamina run down.
What stuff?
Oh, hooked on a feeling.
So they've got a 3-man advantage, but they're still going to do all the cheating, which is brilliant heel work.
Yeah. Well, it's like you talk about how Raven would cheat in a hardcore match and still be like, oh, you bastard.
Yeah, you don't have to do that, but you're going to do You did it anyway, you prick.
Yeah. Back when Randy Orton still had bare skin on his arms.
Don't like it.
Don't worry, he will soon correct this.
I don't think he does until like he starts getting. He got injured big, did he? Like it was.
Yeah.
It was
well, what else would he have the time?
I mean, the rest find a way somehow.
And approval.
As long as your gear doesn't reveal it, you can get a tattoo whenever you want. That's the standard rule. So if say it's like look at
Yeah, but
Ripley, she's
Randy Orton wears trunks and
I
boots.
know that. But I'm saying, like, if you look at Rhea Ripley and Braun Strowman, both of them wear like long pants, so they'd be basically just got the leg tattooed instead. Like, Baron Corbin just even though I'm dying for Baron Corbin to either get another sleeve done or get the other one took the fuck off because it annoys me. You're not even. It annoys me not being even myself, bro. So.
Oh, he's
Jesus Christ,
busted open.
Fucking busted open. Someone's just dropped soup on him, hasn't they? Someone's just dropped a tin of fucking tomato soup or tomato soup or whatever. Fucking the only soup that's worth eating, Heinz tomato, right?
It looks more like cranberry.
Well, I'm not a cranberry guy.
Neither am I, but it looks more like cranberry than
It's not sweet from having
soup.
one of those cranberry, what do you call it, those Christmas bakes from a very well-known chain over here. Creepy little bastard.
Yeah. By the way, you're not supposed to bend the stretch leg, you fucking tard.
I don't think he can help it. Christian's got weird knees. Like, he has.
Well,
has. Like,
whose fault's that?
I'll say his mum and dad's. It's genetic, so, like, it's not like he bent his knees like that one day and it just stuck. Like,
Cuckoo.
oh!
Fucking out of nowhere!
And the kick is good.
Oh, we need a replay on that. Fucking hell, come on.
Oh, that is good, ladies and gentlemen, it's good.
That needs a replay, motherfuckers. Come on.
I suspect it might be after the match at all because I think they're too invested in this when it goes to a feature. That was just oof.
That was a shotgun.
That's one of those surprise sweet chin musics that we forgot about because we obviously we talked about the Rey Mysterio and the in my opinion the best one ever for surprise Shelton Benjamin, but like that one there, I know you're a fan of the Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 1, but
but I forgot that one. Like fuck, just fuck, man, come on. Now's a perfect time for a replay. Monkeys in the truck.
Monkeys in the truck.
Come on. It's what Chris Jericho used to call them.
Oh, I know. Triple H used to as well, didn't he?
Yeah. Again, just saying now would be a perfect time for that replay. That's it. It's all over. It's like, you fool, my daddy trained me to defeat this move. Oh, Jesus. I know how this ends, and that was like still. Behave. Well, I would, but I can't see it for all the blood. Don't stop believing.
You'd be on fire to deal with fucking songs, bro.
Yep. What a DDT.
That's a fucking that's a Jake-like DDT, that.
Yep. See, Shane?
JR's. I mean, JR is so
good son of a bitch.
He's so good of emotion, but like, he's probably the best I've ever heard on commentary. Stretch out a fucking word to get it to where he needs to get it to.
Yeah.
Like, how on earth do you stretch out the last syllable? Cover. Like, it's just...
It by manipulating the English language as only he can.
Proper fan. You're Austin. Like...
Yeah. Get up, you son of a bitch, because Austin loves you.
He's feeling the power of the Hulkamaniacs, apparently. Sure, he's not lying down, he can't cover him. Oh!
Oh.
Oh! Look, I'm just looking at the background. Look at the background, man. Like, they're going nuts. There's a belief. I mean, we're 17 years, I've mentioned a few times in the show, away from this show, right? Not to the exact date, but we are 17 years away from it. Fuck, what a chair shot. The emotion of JR, the emotion of the crowd, is legitimately giving me goosebumps. Like,
Yeah.
like, as you said before, we know how this ends. We both remember the result of this one. And we're still getting into it. That's just a that's just a classic match. And Austin being just fucking to steal a line from Michael Cole, vintage there.
Yeah.
I would beat your ass, but I'm busy now, so I'll just give you a finger. Like,
yeah.
this, that's just. I mean, I'm not here for. I'll go full rock, guys. Like,
Yeah.
that's just good chills and multiplying.
Also, I think wrestling is one of the few places where people really use the phrase somehow, some way to full effectiveness.
Oh, Randy's going old school here. Well, not that old school here, but like.
Wow. I know it's a common joke, but I think that referee was made of paper with the way he folded and crumbled.
Yeah, that's Mike Yoda. That's a goat right there, bro.
Yeah.
That crowd so wants also to stun someone, don't they? Like,
Yeah.
Just go around and stun him. That's it. Just do it. And Randy's not moved away from that fucking, like, Jesus Christ, Sean. You haven't bled like that since, like, last year.
Sean's the kind of person that could sell a yawn, you know? He could make it look so devastating.
I've heard this said over and over again by legends. Shawn Michaels could legitimately go 2 out of 3 falls against not the Karate Man with a fucking broom. Oh, Jesus. There it is. Wow.
What a stunner!
That was a combination of The Rock and Rusev right there. Like,
Yeah.
You can only keep a rattlesnake so much before it snaps. Like,
boosh! Fists are fucking boulders there.
Ambition's legitimately doing what would happen if you got this sort of beating. Oh, I've actually forgot that he came out. So the last time you saw him was not in his wrestling gear, and this time you saw him in full gear. He hasn't got a match tonight.
Yeah, because you can't do a powerbomb unless you're in your wrestling gear.
Maybe he was just worried. Maybe it was like he only had 2 sets of Evolution pants, so he just thought he'd best not wear them in case of split. Ike is doing a great sell job here.
Yeah, he's getting in position.
Let's give the fans enough time to think. Cody. There it is. Oh, Team Bischoff.
I would have said Team Bischoff.
There's a quietness there, isn't there? Like,
yeah.
Considering that crowd was so red hot just a minute ago. Like,
yeah.
There's a genuine quietness there. Like,
that's like my face when I forgot to set the winner of a match in TW. It's like,
and
fuck!
And then the result does not go the way that you maybe thought it probably would. Like,
yeah.
I never got right. I understand like why they did it, but they were talking about like it's a 14-year career and everything else.
Yeah.
He'd been made to retire from in ring by Bischoff.
Yeah.
Just 6 months beforehand, like. So to me, it was like it wasn't as big a deal. It was, don't get me wrong, I was fuming that Austin was leaving.
So was
I loved him as a coach again. I thought he found a niche there. I really did.
Yeah.
I thought he was really good at that role.
Yeah.
But like, it wasn't as big as if he'd been in ring. Like if he's been wrestling. That was to me. Like,
Yeah.
Earth to Shawn. Austin and Michaels. Austin. I'd like to conduct a little interview with you. What happened, Sean? I don't know.
Dude, this raccoon.
So many Joey fucking references today.
Careful.
He's in the fucking pool on the mat. I love you. Don't let me in the corner. Austin, don't let me in the corner. We know what happens when he says I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It makes me fucking nearly cry. I know it's weird because it's blood, but on his chest, it looks like he's got like a fucking war eagle like painted onto him.
Yeah.
Like. Rolls backwards, he kicks him. No. He always looks like he's about to, though, doesn't he? Like, he just.
That's the thing about Sean. You never know.
I mean, Austin, to be fair.
All right.
Austin always looks like he's got a stunner waiting.
Yeah. I think because in his mind, he's like, okay, but part of Austin would want to, you know? It's like. Because he's pissed and someone's going to get an ass whipping.
He always got a stunner in the back pocket, hasn't he? Like.
Yeah.
Well, I will say this, and this may be a spoiler for a future episode at some point.
Yeah.
I popped like a motherfucker when the sheriff returned.
Yes. Yes.
That just made me so. I was so happy. I was like, "Fuck yeah, alright, yeah." Now we got some business.
Yeah, the sheriff is back.
It was at the right time as well because it was legitimately getting to a point where you were kind of getting really pissed off and bored at the same time. Of every time you saw someone, E was doing something. Like you was just like, "Oh, come on, bitch, fuck off for a second, will you?"
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, he'd be back in like a month.
Yeah, because Linda
as the sheriff,
didn't she? Yeah.
Yeah, because we had Mick Foley come back as a general manager on a 50-50 basis, and then also returned in December.
Yeah. I remember being before the Rumble, because I remember after the Rumble, he's the one who brought Benoit over.
Yeah. Because he said that Bishop was too much of a coward to try and fix shit when Shawn Michaels signed the contract instead of Benoit.
Because he was the one who put option B in there. He was like, no, there's an option in the contract. Like, he was the one who planted the idea.
Yeah.
Just put his fucking foot in the blood. What was interesting was that this was during a period of time where King was always with the heels as he always had been.
Mm-hmm.
But he was always, he could bring it to like just being a fair point as well. When in character he thought, no, this is too far. Like,
yeah, he was really good at that.
because he'd do it, and then within the next couple of comments, he'd try and bring it back to why the heel would justify it. You know, like. Looks like the mum in the front row's got everything ready to go because she didn't realise there's 2 more matches.
Yeah.
I'm going to possibly 2 more matches. We just had that match. World famous Sportatorium.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I forgot about this. You're gonna fucking die, coach. And so those jobbers from Indies.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can see anyone make the contract. No, not this time.
Well, they'd have to still be alive to do that, and frankly, that ain't gonna happen with Austin.
Well, to be honest, boss, the go home episode of SmackDown before the show, Darren Young made an appearance.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, he was a cop that wasn't a cop. He was a cop who told Eddie that some tragedy happened to his wife's family, and then turns out he was in cahoots with the Bashams and Shaniqua. Yeah, guys, go ahead. Even if you don't survive, or if you at least wear him out a bit more than before you get his hands on me. Like, maybe you might see 5 stunners. Also, these are supposed to be cops, right?
Yeah.
What self-respecting cop has his shirt open like that? And also, where's the automatic rifles? All police officers have automatic rifles in America. They're not even carrying a gun. He's wearing fucking jeans. Vince must have lost his shit when one of them walked in with black fucking jeans on. Yep.
That's it. Everyone dies.
He's out the Royal Rumble.
Woo!
Stunner.
Start up.
Wait,
One.
You're going for it. That security guard just wanted to get the fuck out of the way, didn't he? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What a fucking bump. Oh, coach. Oh, he's trapped him. You take that stupid little hat off? You silly little glasses? Let me with your beady little eyes, you little bastard. I don't mean to sing. I just want it was a good time to talk. I mean, I'm sorry, Mr. Austin. Please don't let me do it, Mr. Austin. Right now, coach is wishing he had dog pants on.
Yeah.
Let's get all the cliches in the way.
Absolutely nothing to lose.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah. Do you think as well, Vince? Because we obviously know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Potentially Vince thought, let's give him a happy moment. Like,
Oh, absolutely, because the last thing you want is an audience dead for your next matches.
yeah. Can you imagine being Triple H and Goldberg, right? Mm-hmm. Watching like the state of the mat as it currently is.
Uh-huh.
There is blood literally pooled in the mat. There's
Yep.
now beer all over it. And you're going to have a good old-fashioned wrestling match. That's going to fucking stink when you're on the floor.
Yeah, but it's like, what you gonna do?
Oh, I know, but you must be going, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's like, Pops, really?
Because we already know. If you don't know, the next match is a Buried Alive match, as we've said a couple of times.
Yeah.
Featuring Vince McMahon and The Undertaker. And it may be one of the most bloodiest matches in WWE history. And then, and that's like he said, you just, it's just come in my head. I didn't really think about it beforehand, but like, there's gonna be two great big fucking matches that have blood all over it. He's just poured a bunch of beer over it. Listen, I know the smell of beer and blood. It ain't nice. Well, not if it's mine, but it ain't nice. That's just gonna be hard. And it's gonna sit there. Obviously, you got the sweat to go on that as well.
Yeah.
We one of those matches where you're just gonna go the whole time in the fucking floor.
Yeah, it's like, it's not like they have a chance to fucking change the canvas.
Yeah. Although these days they cut the canvas up and sell it as a fucking plaque.
Yeah.
Stone Cold's last appearance in the WWE until and then put it on sale once he turned up then a month later. This was actually quite an early Survivor Series as well. It happened like November 17th or something. So
November 16th, yeah.
16th, sorry.
I've only because I've got it on the screen there, you know.
So that's quite early because traditionally the pay-per-view was the week after or it was the week of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So it was either on back in the day it was actually on Thanksgiving. In 87, 88, and maybe 89 as well. But then it moved to obviously the Sunday that was closest to it. And, which you would always think would be afterwards, because it's always a Thursday, for fuck's sake. This match is one of my, generally is one of my favourite matches to watch, and just watch pure violence. I get, right, that they thought, oh, we're bringing the dead man back at the right time. I really was digging this version of Big Evil, to be honest with you.
No.
Yes, because Vince was, for those who are wondering why was Vince McMahon in his wrestling gear, because earlier in the night he beat his daughter in a fucking I Quit match, where he used a fucking steel pipe to choke her out, and get this, to choke her out the week before her wedding.
Yeah.
And he was under strict rules, as we found out a lot later afterwards, by Linda. Don't you dare mark her face. Apparently Trips was told the same thing about his own face. I think that, like, you know, when Takers announces the match he wants,
yeah,
and then who against is possibly one of my favorite reveals of a match.
Yeah. Also, I feel that's kind of like Bruce Pritchard doing the Lord's Prayer there.
Possibly. All I know is that Bruce did a lot of promo work with Taker, so anytime you see him in the graveyard or anything like that, it's Bruce.
Yeah.
I was so happy you got fucking beaten for that. Don't put your fingers up to the fucking BOD. Come on, son, are you stupid?
Yeah. I wouldn't stick my fingers up at a picture of the Undertaker.
Let alone
because the next thing I know, my lights will go off. You know, it'll be all like, you know, yeah.
That's gotta be Kane.
Then it's just like, ah!
It's like what's become the meme, isn't it, of him behind AJ?
Yeah.
Can't wait to see the ones of December where it's no doubt there'll be a few of me thinking 2020 is over, 2021 in the background.
Oh God, don't even start.
My favourite one I've seen so far.
Taz's keys to victories.
Let's not use this for
all those evil submissions.
So one of my favourites I've seen so far, boss, of the 2021 memes.
Yeah.
Is December 31st, 11:59, 2020.
Yeah.
December 31st, 11:60, 2021.
Yeah.
it's just going to continue, motherfuckers. Invincible confidence and avoid the hole. That's what his key to victory for Vince is. Avoid the hole.
Don't get pinned. Don't get... It's like, you're a fucking idiot, Taz.
FTW for the win, brother. I thought I would just talk about this for 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
With dirt. Can't throw trash. Can't...
Yeah.
I just lay on top of it and say, look, can't see anymore.
There are rules! You're gonna make a big mistake. I can't allow you to think you can just walk away.
It's weird for me to see Taker with almost no facial hair. Like,
yeah, it's
he's
weird.
got it there. It's just that it's shaved,
light.
Trimmed right down, and it's obviously its natural hair color.
Yeah.
So like it's very light, and it's just like. Because as far as I've ever seen Taker, he's always had some sort of facial hair. Like,
yeah,
even when he first debuted, he had like that. What they call it now, the George Clooney stubble and a little bit of a beard there. Like, it was like sideburns or something like that. That's his yard, and he is the big dog that runs that yard.
Huh.
I can't tell you how many times I've used the line, "Try me, I'll make you famous," and it's worked. Generally hard. Like, it's fucking...
No more chances. Oh, here he comes.
And then after Mania, you'd still hear them chanting this fucker, wouldn't you? Like, no matter how much of a heel he was, you'd still get this. You'd still hear this song. I'll tell you, we all listen. This is a prediction right now for 2021, 22, whatever, right? The next time we get a Mania is gonna be fucking like a proper Mania with crowd and everything. That place is gonna be fucking bouncing. But the night after Mania,
all I'm gonna say is you will see the greatest spectacle of all time. That it will be like, oh, we can be in an arena now with fans. Stephanie, get my checkbook.
Like 2020, like the night after Mania as well, though, of that Mania, where we have fans allowing that crowd is going to be fucking raucous, and if you don't give them a good show, you are going to know about it.
Yep.
Never seen Vince actually
yes.
pray, like, or even, like he thinks there's a force field around him. Like, you can't touch me, for I have the power of a higher power.
Undertaker gives no shit for your force fields.
What's fun is that, like,
Yeah.
what's always been he might have broke his fucking hand. Like,
Yeah. You made me cut my arm.
what's always been fun about, like,
Oh, wait. Fuck's sake.
one big punch by the dead man, and then he broke his hand, busted him wide open.
Yeah.
And they vaguely got that fucking mat cleaned. Like, they may have actually had a chance to change the map by the looks of it, because there's not blood in the centre.
Yeah.
And all, like, Trips is like, how many mats have we got? Like,
Yeah. It's like Dad, for fuck's sake.
because you can go to Vince and complain, he might take it on board and listen. You got to take, he's gonna beat your ass for complaining.
It's like,
Then ask, and the correct response as well when he goes, "Are we done?" is whenever you want, sir.
yeah. It's like, Taker, please don't spill blood on that floor. I'll think about it.
Look at it fucking pouring. Like, it literally looks like it's squirting rather than pouring. Like, look at that's the. It's just, you know, audacity, like, fucking 8 years later, this man would say, "No, that match was too bloody, we're never doing blood again." Like, like, we've seen Vince, even in 2003, bleed before the infamous Hulk Hogan match was that year. But this is, I'll tell you what it is as well. If you were just new to the business and you only watched WWE, like, this year, if you guys are brand new and only watched WWE and thought you know, you enjoyed our other shows, so we'll give the retro ones a chance, you will not be used to seeing blood like this.
No.
And as you can hear, Boss does not like seeing blood.
I don't like the blood. It's not. No. I don't like
Boss,
the blood.
You do
It's supposed to be in the body.
It is. Oh, Jesus fucking wept. That is gory. Like, Boss, you could look at the screen again. It's not dripping anymore.
Oh God.
I mean, I don't know how long you can watch the screen again, but it's.
Oh God. Like, here's the thing. I could stand it, like, being bloodied. That's no problem. It's the squirting and the pouring and like. Oh, then the bagels is you mate.
Like, I mean, think about this though, right? Vince is at some point, Boss. We're gonna have to watch another match that will beat this in terms of gore and blood. We will be watching Judgment Day with Eddie and JBL at some point. It's bound to happen. And there's even the year after.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Well, there's the year after, which is a forgotten match in terms of how bloody it is. We'll have to watch Cena versus JBL in the I Quit match.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
You know, and that's just the name too.
Don't get him, Master.
That was not a pretty sight at all. Because even if you see like someone get colour this time, it's never on purpose, right? These days, it's always an accident shot or something like that.
Yeah.
Which means it's not usually as bad as anywhere near this. And if it is because of the fucking new rules that they've brought in for safety, it's called off.
The hilarious thing is, I'm playing Flashpoint 2002.
Yep.
And it's like your fans would be put off by hardcore match. It's like, oh, clearly, Because this is what the fucking WWE crowd in 2002, 2003 were like.
But to be fair, you can't change your product to ruthless aggression, and it won't be that bad.
Yeah, I haven't though.
You'd have to do that for it.
Oh god! Oh god! Stop it! Put some duct tape on it or something.
Duct tape, fix this everything.
Yeah, just fucking get the script and then duct tape it. You're fine.
Get some Vaseline on it. That's for boxing.
Yeah. Wasn't there like once some like fucking conspiracy like in the UFC where some fighter covered themselves in Vaseline so that it would be hard to like.
There was boxing gets it a lot because it slides off, it slips off. It was infamously, and also if you put Vaseline on your gloves as well, then what happens is that it goes into the eye and makes you kind of blind.
Right.
And it famously happened against Muhammad Ali once.
Yeah. Because I remember some controversy in the UFC about it.
Well, it's just going to squirt all over their fucking clothes, man.
Yeah. The only boxing controversy I remember is when this guy had won, and then the other person's trainer went to shake his hand with a glove, but was like it was just a ruse so he could feel the glove, and he felt that there was stuff in it.
Yeah.
And that is all I know. That's it. I'm all tapped out on.
That's happened, to be honest with you.
I'm all tapped out on boxing and UFC law there.
Law. Most people would call it history.
What? You mean boxing and UFC unscripted like wrestling?
Oh god, what's he going for? Big evil
I look forward to your comments.
Hey, the only thing that's more scripted.
Next, you'll be telling me that the Oscars are political.
The only thing that's more scripted than fucking wrestling and sport is baseball. Baseball hasn't just hit the fucking crane to show it works.
Vince McMahon is going to die. Going to die. It is possible I might cry with all his blood.
Oh, you ready, boss?
He was already split open like a grapefruit.
You ready, boss?
I'm not ready.
For those who didn't hear.
Fine! Put your hands up to stop the shot!
It's fucking worse. It's fucking worse. How did that get worse?
Oh, gosh! Fuck, you should fucking what the fuck? Fucking, when an object is hurtling towards your face, duck or hands up! Oh.
I am begging you guys, if you haven't already and you don't have us on screen, please go back about 20 seconds from the replay start of the fucking match and watch Boss on the screen. I've literally waited for that for fucking 4 episodes.
It's fucking... Well, he didn't need that ankle anyway.
Right, what was he using it for?
Yeah, nothing. You just buy another one.
Like the ankle does anyway.
No. Oh my god, how much blood?
It generally looks
Do you
like
literally bleed paint?
That's what it looks like. It looks like a really thick... Oh, there it is. Classic Warrior dead man. It looks like that. It doesn't look like a bright...
What is he doing? What is he doing?
Take him to the fucking grave, dude. I don't know if you forgot. This is a buried life match.
I know, but given what we've seen so far, nothing can be...
That looks like he's carrying a child.
It looks like he's carrying a pig that he slaughtered.
Either way, right? But it looks
He's making the Gordon Ramsay F-word entrance.
That generally doesn't look like he's carrying anything.
Yeah.
Like...
Just...
I think he's carrying a backpack. He just went, fuck it, I'll drop it there. Like...
Say, how the fuck am I gonna drag his ass up here? I guess I'll just drag his ass up here.
Yeah. Like, you better...
That, I was about to say, when you've got those cuts, that dirt must sting.
It's gotta hurt, and like, it's gonna be grainy and all sorts, but like...
Yeah. Oh, right in the casket. Oh no, he's got the shovel as well. Oh, he's probably going to try and slit his throat with it. Fucking. What are you doing? See? You puts his arm up like a smart person.
Yeah, but it was a chest shot anyway.
Okay, he still put his arm up like a smart person. He wasn't like, blood. I don't need blood. I've got money.
Get in here.
Get over here.
Oh, that was just a fucking like.
I think it was water. What do you think it was?
Oh, it's Kane.
It's Christian. What?
It's Christian.
Fucking Todd Christian! Crawling in my skin. Go on, smash your head against the window for good measure, why don't you?
This is a much better idea than what you used to do, where they actually have fucking people bury them.
Yeah.
I remember watching the first one, and Mankind loses because he's covered.
Yeah.
But then the heels turn up, and they turn it on, and then they're all spending fucking 5 or 10 minutes trying to get them take a fully buried.
Yeah.
I don't care. I generally don't care if it is literally a point where Taker's got his feet underneath the weight for a little while, but
Yeah.
that much fucking that much dirt on you.
Ooh.
That much dirt on you is gonna fucking hurt. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
Michael Cole, technically, blood does not pour out the mind.
I mean, it did. It fucking did, bro. It poured out of.
It wasn't poured out of his skull.
Oh, it
not
wasn't
how.
a skull, but it poured out. No, I generally didn't. I didn't. When I originally first watched this, I thought, well, Mr. McMahon's gone off TV for a while.
You realise the only way, you have those two matches back to back. It's like, so you took away our Austin, and you took away our Undertaker.
Yeah. But that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
That's why Austin got to do what would traditionally happen in the dark. After instead of a dark match, you'd have an Austin fucking promo and whatnot. Instead they just went, let's give them that early. Because I think I remember the end of this match. If I'm correct, then
yeah. I imagine there's a lot of people going to grab beer right now.
Well, the thing was, at this point, Goldberg was still over. Obviously, Trips was the fucking best heel in the business at this point.
Yeah.
You'd run to get a beer and then come back. Spin the fucking title around, you dumbass.
Why don't people check this shit?
They're in the moment, that's why. Literally, that's what it is, they're in the moment. Well, Might be like $1,000 just based on the fucking top notes, but like. Triple H was one of those ones that, like, they never shied around the fact that he was rich.
Yeah.
Like, you've had bounties before that were like 10, 15, 20 grand.
Yeah.
Like, the whole premise of Triple H was, no, I'm fucking rich because I've made money off you suckers. Like,
yeah.
And it was just straight up like, yeah, there's $100,000. Like, I think it's an escalation from Nate. Nate used to do bounties and that in the 80s, but that was legitimately just like a fucking, in the 80s, $100,000 was $10,000. Like,
well,
I'm gonna play the game.
I love that theme.
Okay. But obviously it combines two things that I love in Motorhead and wrestling.
Yes. Yes. Injury. It's because why you had to wear those tights.
It was a groin, wasn't it?
Yeah. He hated them, but he had no choice. Again, no one can call Triple H like Howard Finkel. Although Lillian Garcia is a close second.
Mamacita! Lillian Garcia, how you doing? Good, huh?
I've just hired her on TW.
I don't for one reason only. I don't usually use like announcers or ring announcers. I use
you could actually turn them into decent ringside announcers for your broadcast team. Right. I don't know how they're used in real life, but for the game, it's worthwhile. I've also hired Mauro Ranallo.
Good choice. Good choice.
Yeah.
You would have thought if this is like the second month he's had to wear them, right?
Yeah.
He might have just got a pair of long ones made just for like the period of time that he had to wear them, but.
Yeah, like maybe he was worried that we'd be going back too far, but.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with
but no, I agree with you.
I didn't mind the look, to be fair.
No, I didn't mind either. Like, I didn't think he clearly hated them more than I did. Like, I don't think it suited him as much as other designs, but I certainly didn't think it was terrible. Oh, here we go.
Triple H is iconic now for the traditional tights, but some of my favourite looks he had were with long tights.
Yeah.
Can't tell if that's piped in or whether that's
yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
But at this point, he was still Goldberg and he was getting the chance, but sometimes some arenas just didn't like him.
Yeah.
That's it. Kick your fucking broken one, you dick.
Was that SummerSlam? Was that SummerSlam when he fell over?
I thought it was just a Raw.
Might have been just a Raw.
I think he slips on the grate.
It's often getting shown. It's often getting shown with like his tassels on his leg.
Yeah.
I love how deaf referees are.
Hey, listen. You can't call it if you see it. It's got fuck all to do if you hear him. Nate's had flashbacks.
Rick, you know how this goes.
Nate, don't do it, Nate. Nate,
Woo!
Nate, it's. It's just mean. Oh yeah, soundboard.
I mean, bear in mind, Trips has already taken a a spear, so
which already makes him
The fact-
tougher than Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar took a spear in the first minute of a match, and look how that ended.
yeah.
16 seconds later.
Well, at least they cleaned the table, so that was nice of them.
Yeah, Big Taz was on doing it when they were talking about the match. Just gonna wipe this fucking blood off me spot.
So, there's a ShamWow guy here. Good borrow him.
I like the fact that like Cole and Taz are still sitting there because they've got to for appearances because they're not going to talk again. But like, it's fucking hilarious to me because you used to see sometimes like when their bit was done, JR and the King would just leave their little stand in the back, like you just go, oh, I want to be here.
Well, in fairness, you know, JR and the King Law's paychecks are here. Taz and Michael Cole's are there.
Just a little.
Fuck. Keep forgetting my fucking injured my shoulder. Gotta be careful how I move it.
Oh, that's usually what happens with an injury, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking mattress, piece of shit. It wasn't so much moving the new mattress up, because I've getting a new mattress finally after fucking need one forever, people. It was moving the old mattress because it's just a fluid. It was a fluid piece of shit. So that if I try to move it, it'd make my shoulder go the wrong way and shit. So, well, hang on. Isn't it a gorilla press unless he does that and then it's a military press?
Couldn't tell you, bro. Honestly, couldn't tell you. I think
Because the amount,
I think it just depends on who's announcing it. To be honest with you.
Fair play.
I know Warriors was always
What
called
was
a gorilla one.
what was the other name for suplex? Oh, sorry, the other pronunciation of suplex.
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 Yeah, it was a soft X.
Yes,
Suplex.
the French X.
Because it was that was done by Gordon Soley. God rest his soul.
Yes, Gordon
great
Soley.
Gordon Soley, the man who basically taught, or at least JR emulated the actual play-by-play style of it. But yeah, it's a suplex. I think the American Dream, if you will, does it all. It's the second most recognizable man in sports entertainment. Would say it himself. Would say it's a suplex.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, the way Dusty pronounced things is not how you should probably go by.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
I had a bicycle.
I got a bicycle up in this arena. Well, I think one of my favourites is they go on clubbering, which obviously I did before, but also you get some lumber. They got some lumber, which basically meant they were just getting weapons.
Yeah.
Dusty would just say, they're getting some lumber, and Bobby would always pick, he'd go to Tony Girardi all the time, what the hell is lumber? Like, what's he talking about? Like, anytime Dusty said something and he didn't agree with it, he'd just go, honestly, it's a good job.
What are you talking about?
And Tony would literally be a translator half the time. Like, which obviously you would have saw if you watched the 97 Halloween Havoc episode.
Yes.
Well, also, you'll see. You probably will see in the future in some of the old WCW pay-per-views that will.
Get to There's tons of stuff that we'll end up getting to.
However, we do know what is coming up next, which we'll tell you. We hinted at a little bit beforehand at the end of the show, as well as we actually know what's coming up. Relatively well, we know at least one of January's shows already, because January it's basically like Christmas comes. Technically, also late.
Yeah. Triple H, don't fuck with Earl Hebner. He will end you.
So what me and Boss call wrestling fans Christmas is January.
Yes.
Just finish him, will you? Jesus. Stop edging him and just finish him. Just do it. Kill him.
That's an image I do not need in my head.
I mean, I would apologise, but I find it funny that you actually got the image in your head.
It's like, there's an image I don't need in my foot. It's like when I hear people say I hear voices in my head. I say if you start hearing it in other parts of your body, that's when I'll be concerned. It's like if your pinky's talking to you, see a psychiatrist.
Way ahead of you.
Jim Ross can really milk an adjective.
Jim Ross was very much of the repeat it 3 times school, wasn't he?
Yes.
How do you remember something, or how does something stick in your head? You repeat it 3 times. It's one of the literary. Is that saying that right? Skills.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes my head doesn't pronounce things correctly, so my mouth doesn't.
Basically, it's kind of like It's basically like alliteration. Yeah. You know, it's the repeating of a sound, whether it's similar sounding or the same.
Yeah, I mean, JR's famous one is Austin.
Well, Stone Cold.
Austin wins. You know, Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Stone Cold.
Austin and Tyson. You
know? You do that many a time because it's stuck in your head. You knew exactly where you were. You remember it. I remember watching that in '98. What the fuck is Trips doing? Trips. You have a legs? Yeah, there you go. And you're gonna fall. I remember watching it in '98. I remember being on the couch next to me dad. I remember, if we don't, it looks like you're hard of hearing, you know. So Stone Cold always got a little sign language. So here's to you. And then you ruined it. Followed Austin and Tyson.
Yeah.
I remember the Austin era has begun, but before that, I remember Stone Cold wins.
Yeah.
And he's done it many times before, and it's just that you remember Stone Cold because there was a lot for one person.
Yeah.
As one of Boss's famous ones, their favourite ones is No Way Out in 03 when he returns. Stone Cold returns.
There's 60,000 people standing. Why the hell can I stand?
Yeah. The fucking coach is trying to say, chill, man, chill.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get him to sit back down. It's like, hello, salute, big one.
You remember Triple H return in 02? And I remember JR saying this is maybe the most substantial ongoing Raw that Madison Square Garden has ever given.
Yeah.
And it was, and generally, it's one of my, if not my favourite returns of all time.
Hey, JR, he's back!
That was King's famous one for anyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I remember King said it in SummerSlam 07 when Triple H returned. And I've been waiting to say this. He's back!
Yeah.
I mean, Cole's got a few memorable, himself. The ones that come to mind most is Daniel Bryan's done it. He's done it. You know, the miracle on Bourbon Street. But then also the kiss of Nux that you just happen to be carrying around. Jesus. Triple H just happened to be carrying brass knucks around, and Flair thought, make sure he has something out.
Yeah. He must have learned that from William Regal. They were a tag team in WCW.
They were, the Blue Bloods, the second version of the Blue Bloods.
Uno, dos, no tres for you.
Denied. Denied.
So I've just been reminded about that joke. The Spanish magician. Great joke. Everybody loves it.
The smart thing here wouldn't be to go for the head either.
No.
We all know you can't hurt Goldberg's fucking head.
It'd be going to hurt his feelings.
But no, that's why he returned and beat Brock Lesnar so fast.
Maybe!
I got one more jackhammer in me.
See, Rick, this only works against Carlito.
Rick, man.
It only works against Carlito.
That's not cool. Well, at least he's not punching a limo with his own hands.
Yeah. And hey, Goldberg could use it. If he gets a 12 out, he's still champ. So what's the problem?
I always like the fact that you had a champions. Bye, Dave. it was a champions like advantage that they could be DQ'd or counted out, and it still won still retained the championship, because it was great for a heel, but it was shit for a fucking face, because it was like, well, that doesn't work because the face is never going to get DQ'd on purpose. Like,
yeah.
This. A good question for your boss right now.
Yes.
Is the crowd reacting because of how good a babyface Goldberg is, or because of how great a fucking heel that Triple H and Evolution are at this point?
Triple H and Evolution.
Yeah.
Triple H and Evolution, definitely.
Well, it's just,
they are paying to see Goldberg win. They're paying to see Triple H lose.
the JBL conundrum.
Yeah.
Situation. No one paid to see JBL win. You paid to see JBL get beat. And the fact he didn't get beat is one of the reasons that you went, fuck. Right, I'll pay next month because he's going to get beat next month.
Yeah.
Especially when the stacks kept getting higher and higher, you know. You got... There you go. I actually thought it was the loss, but I think that might have been Armageddon.
It's the next match of the triple threat with Kane involved. Because Kane gets in because of what he did for McMahon.
Yeah. But the thing for me was with JBL, eventually JBL, I mean, he was in a barbed wire steel cage match with the Big Show, and he won. Yeah. So when it came to WrestleMania, you were paying to see Cena finally be the man to beat.
Yes. And it was a great thing because you had Bradshaw going in as an amazing heel and Cena going in as his red hot babyface. So it was the perfect marriage, you know. Whereas with Goldberg, I think they're just happy to see. I think that right now they're just happy for a win.
Yeah.
Like they wouldn't really care what that win is. Which is smart booking, because if if people aren't super sold on Goldberg but they don't want Triple H to win, definitely have him after 2 disappointments. Because then
think about this, this is Triple H lost the title Unforgiven.
Yes.
Because this is the quote unquote reign of terror. This is the first part of that. Because he won it at Armageddon the year beforehand, and Shawn, and held it right the way through until he got beat by Goldberg. He then picks it up again. Yeah. And then for some reason people class the reign of terror being as 04. But you're like, really? Because he lost at WrestleMania and didn't win it again until he beat Orton. Like,
yeah.
There's a 6-month period during the quote-unquote reign of terror. That kid's like, you just give me the belt, I'm going to take it home.
Yeah, it's just like, in fairness, it looked like he was giving him it, you know?
Oh, no. Hope you start the next one. All right, so that was that pay-per-view.
It was that pay-per-view, and that pay-per-view was Survivor Series 2003.
And I actually enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. I would say the last match was a bit underwhelming because of what we'd had beforehand, but definitely a good one.
Absolutely, it was definitely a good show.
So, I mean, I'm going to say my favorite match was probably Team Bischoff, Team Austin. And maybe, I mean, the women's match wasn't terrible, so it might be the fact that it was underwhelming, but the main event may be my least favourite match on it. Not the worst, but least favourite.
Least favourite? Yeah, main event. I don't really think there was a bad match on the card. I just think out of all of them, the main event was the least whelming.
Yeah. It was a bit under. But,
Exactly. It was underwhelming, and it's like, you know what, that's just the way it goes sometimes, But overall, I couldn't really find many flaws in that. I mean, even the tag team match with the Los Guerreros versus the Basham Brothers was a decent match. So, absolutely.
Well.
Yeah, and as you say, like, favorite match is probably Stone Cold versus Bischoff. It's the one I remember Survivor Series for.
I remember this for the dead man being buried, and also for the tag team match. To be fair, so yeah, I mean that's fair enough. I give it, I'm very happy with it, and if at some point what me and Boss will probably work out are rankings and stuff like that in terms of stars like Uncle Dave does. I say Uncle Dave, fuck Dave Meltzer.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's not much. We said a lot at the beginning and everything else. We got through that. So there's not much to see right now. As we said, it's about 2:50. The show went. We're hitting on 3 hours now, and everything was smooth sailing today, which was fucking nice.
Woo!
So
yes,
what I'll do now is obviously where to find us. All the information is below. You can find me at Geek Streams, G33K STREAMS, and obviously at Steve Jones 313 as he's pointing below himself.
Don't forget to check out the fantastic merch made by Geek King. Geek, where can we find that merch?
That's G33KKING.redbubble.com. That is geekking.redbubble.com.
Yeah.
Where you'll
For
find
example,
stuff as
one of our t-shirts here is the Bookmark t-shirt. This is a Breathe Easy shirt, which I find very comfortable. This is for our booking show with TW. We've taken a little bit of a break from that. We'll get back to that eventually. You gotta
things are working out. That's all.
Just some technical stuff. It'll be fine. But there's some fantastic stuff there. I bought this one myself because I just really wanted it, and I recommend you guys check it out. And also more stuff will come.
You can find
down the
all
line.
of our MIA stuff, such as the logo at the bottom of the left or right, depending on how you're looking at this.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can see that, all that stuff like that, including our Christmas jumper. If you'd like to get a Christmas jumper, you can get one there. It's also available on t-shirts and other shirt varieties. So you can get that stuff on there. There's all things on there. Anything MIA you'll find there. And obviously, like, comment, and subscribe if you feel it's worth it, or if you want to. I would appreciate that. Obviously, gives us feedback on what we're doing, what you'd like to see changes.
You know what?
If you have suggestions on pay-per-views you'd really like to see, if you come up.
Yeah. And honestly, whilst the likes, comments, subscribes helps with the YouTube algorithm, all I would say is if you kind of like this kind of thing, like what we do, just spread the word. More than anything else, just spread the word, let people know, and
suggest it to your friends
involved.
who like the wrestling or like games that we play on there as well. So hit us up.
Yeah.
MIA is available, as you'll see, over the top of us in no doubt in about 5-10 seconds when I'm finished plugging shit. From myself,
and we get told to wrap it up.
And of course, Steve Jones 313. You'll see his stuff. He's got some excellent videos available for you to watch. If you're not a fan of wrestling or anything like that, you'll find plenty of stuff that you enjoy on there. As well as somewhere, I'll find a way to get the original TMOs available as well. The next show we're going to do will be back December 8th, probably, for the upload. By the time it's uploaded and everything else, for NXT War Games, as we mentioned beforehand, because I would do it, but honestly, William Regal's the best person ever to announce a War Games match. Check out check out the WWE NXT social media for that. It's fucking hilarious. It's amazing. And after that, our retro for December, which will probably drop around Christmas, depending on when we can record, will be Armageddon 2000, which of course is Hell in a Cell. 6-man Hell in a Cell. 6-man. So
Kurt Angle, Rikishi, The Undertaker, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and which one am I missing?
Triple H.
Did I say Kurt Angle? Triple H, yes.
So all of them Hell in a Cell. Some we are in at that point as well. We are balls deep in the Attitude Era, so there's some fucking great things going on there, and also some things that do not age well. but
we'll get to all of that in good time.
Yeah, so you will see us then, you will hear us then, and of course there's plenty of time to enjoy everything here. So I mean, Boss, say goodbye to the people.
Oh, please.
Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. A pleasure as always.
I mean, we were getting there, Gorilla. Let the man talk. But yeah, see you later, guys.